Hello, 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 and welcome to Popcorn, your stop for all things pop. I'm Cholo Sediaren, your host, and today we're gonna have an extravaganza. So today my co-hosts are really good friends from my org, ACOM. So introduce yourselves, guys.
Hi, I'm Luisa Jocson.
Hi, I'm AG de Guzman.
Pabebe.
Nikki Bonuel.
I'm Jeremiah Capacillo.
Wow.
And I'm Cholo once again. So kamusta kayo, guys? What have you been up to lately?
I'm graduating.
Congrats!
I did it. Yeah.
And Luisa's a model
Ay,
now.
nako.
You should watch.
Part-time
You
lang.
should,
Part-time.
you should go to her IG.
Please
Really good photos.
follow me at Louis Jocson. Thank
And
you.
to everyone who's a photographer, get
Yes,
her.
hit me up. Test
Yeah.
shoots.
You know, it's been a year since we graduated.
Yes.
Diba? Anyway.
Shut up. It's been 2 years since we graduated.
Y'all old.
So, ayun. So today,
Fresh grads anymore.
Okay.
that makes it sad.
Yeah.
But today, we're all here for a really fun episode, I feel. It's a RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11 Extravaganza. Yeah, but before we head to that, of course, we have our weekly segment called
Okay.
Yaas or Pass. So every week, we bring
Yeah.
up the latest news from pop culture, Pinoy pop culture, or international pop culture. So here's our Yaas or Pass for the week. So the first one is the YouTube feud featuring Tati, Westbrook,
Oh my
and James Charles.
True.
Got me started.
So basically, magagalit si Sir Sev na sinabi ko yun. Hi, Sir Sev.
Essentially.
So essentially, the whole thing is about James Charles, who's a 19-year-old super famous
Vlogger.
makeup beauty guru, and parang he went behind the back allegedly of Tati Westbrook, who made him famous in the
Yeah.
first place by promoting him through her YouTube channel. So ngayon may away na okay, this and that, and
Yeah,
then
and there's different things. So we're
It's all
not even
different
sure
things.
what's real.
there are multiple sides.
Yeah.
I think the pinaka-issue kay Tati kasi is that there was a 40-minute video that my sisters watched.
Yeah.
Hi,
And
sister.
I watched
Watch that.
I watched that on the way to work, so I was like living.
So parang the main issue was that she has her own brand, and during
Right.
Coachella, James Charles parang was saved, quote unquote, by the guards of the other
Competitor.
competing brand,
Yeah,
which was
number one
Bear. What's that?
competitor.
Sugar Bear. Yeah, something like that. And yun yung competitor ni Tati. And then because of that whole guard situation, parang James Charles had a contract with Sugar Bear and had a promotion or something like that.
And then FO.
And then Tati was like,
She
you didn't even tell me.
Yeah.
This is my competitor. I made you into a thing.
I like invented you.
So parang, okay. After that, ang dami nangyari talaga. This might take a whole episode, but yun, what are your thoughts on this? Even Jeffree Star is in on this
Yeah,
now.
everyone's in on it.
Yeah.
Ask him, there are people who are literally dying.
Yes. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. I think also like YouTube's a realm where issues like these are in abundance talaga. Like there's always something happening with the beauty community especially. And to be honest, they're such shallow problems. So pass.
It's a pass for me as well.
Goodbye.
It's a
Because I don't get the whole issue.
Well, yes, pass for me as well. But as Tati said, it's deeper than just vitamins. Which, I mean, we can all agree on, I think. Because it, like, Tati helped James Charles when he was nothing. But yeah, pass.
Yeah, and James Charles is 19 lang. So
Yeah,
he
he's a
has
kid.
like a lot of potential pa to, mature.
That's
and,
true.
Diba?
That's what happens when you give a kid that much power. He's
Yeah.
so young
And
pa.
fame.
So
Yeah.
No, and there's an issue also about James Charles being a sexual predator to straight
Yeah,
people,
That's a whole
apparently.
different. Yeah.
So, ayun. Parang I think this is not just an issue of the whole brand versus brand or person versus person, but also an issue of like YouTube influencers or influencers in
Right.
general.
Yeah.
So, what can you say about that?
Man,
It's hard to
hate
speak.
Yeah.
I hate the
of
term
course.
influencer to begin with. I really, what makes an influencer? who decides who becomes these influencers, you know? And like I said, James Charles, he's 19. He's he has merchandise, he has tours, he has millions following. And that
But he
means
lost 2 million subscribers in a day.
just because of this.
Because of this issue.
Yeah, exactly. So it just goes to show, especially what do these people do when they're given that platform, when they're given that much
Exactly.
power? What's he been doing? It
Exactly.
means, so
I mean, it's really so hard. I mean, I kind of know some influencers, quote unquote.
Ooh.
And to see na they have
Still.
personal opinions, but it's hard for them to voice out because of contracts and all that.
yeah.
So
It's business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
it's really hard.
And like what Tati said, that the most concerning thing about this is that James Charles has a following of mostly teenagers
Yeah.
who are looking
Children. nga.
yeah, like looking to him for guidance, or like they're his role model. Or yeah, like, so it's really, I don't know, scary that these kind of issues are parang coming up, because yun nga, like, they're children, what do they know, diba?
Yeah, and it's
I mean, yeah, like, as much as you can be guided by adults, like, you can't, like, adults can't always be there all the time to say, like, that's wrong, or ano. So scary.
And I think that's what Tati is also really hurt about,
Yeah.
because she's an adult supervisor, quote unquote,
Yes.
for James Charles, who's
Second
19.
parent na nga siya.
Parang ganun nga. He calls her mom or something like that, right?
Yeah,
So yeah,
They took him in.
exactly.
Like, sila nung asawa na, who is also named James.
Sad.
that's
Did her makeup for her wedding.
Yeah.
wow. That's so
Yun yung
sad.
sabi niya, like, she can't look at her wedding without thinking of James Charles.
Do not bite the hand that feeds you.
Oh, yes. That's
But you know, Luisa was right nga na saying na, you know, when you give these young people this power, this fame, it's so hard to control them. I mean, we'll talk more about that later,
All right,
I guess.
pass
So
for now.
it's everyone's a pass.
Boy.
Next we have Rihanna's
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
album,
Yes.
R9.
Okay, next.
It's a Yaas for everyone. 3 years since Rihanna's
Finally.
last LP, Anti. She has announced that the 9th album will be a reggae vibe.
Yeah.
you,
So
Lord.
excited.
So that's exciting. Another different genre coming from
Yeah.
Rihanna.
Ante
So
kasi,
she is killing it everywhere. She has her new LVMH high fashion house, Fenty.
Mm-hmm.
And Fenty Beauty is like,
it's also very inclusive.
yeah.
Yeah.
More than the formula. It's very like.
Is that why she was not in the Met Gala this year?
I think
She's too busy
can't
being a
be
girl
bothered.
boss.
Yeah,
can't
she's
be
already
bothered.
she knows she's it. She doesn't have to prove anything
That's
anymore
true.
to us.
maybe she's tired of carrying the weight.
Exactly.
for it. So
And this
Amen.
year in particular is very, you know, campy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People were really expecting her to be there.
Yeah, I would have wanted to see
Her
how she
take.
would do camp. But, you know.
But her last few outfits are kind of campy
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
You know, scrambled egg.
yeah. Her see-through CFDAs, Adam Selman, Diamond
Oh, I
dress.
love it.
Iconic.
Also, going back to her album, I feel like kasi Anti was... this is weird. It was a conceptual album. No? It was full of like 2-minute songs, 1-minute songs.
Yeah.
So I feel like R9 is like a fresh take.
And it sounds fun since it's
Yeah.
reggae. I think it will be.
Yeah.
She's gonna have so much fun with this
And
one.
for some reason, it's very on brand for Rihanna.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Nowadays.
she's from Barbados eh. So, that's a music she probably...
And reggae is on a parang a rising form of
It's
genre.
coming back. It's coming back.
I mean,
Yeah, I guess it's-
in the
yeah.
modern times
Yes.
with reggaeton and all that. So it's exciting to hear new music from Rihanna sometime this year.
Let's see.
And
Let's see.
Sana.
And it's amazing. Parang we kind of watched her grow then. So, yeah,
Yeah.
excited to
Yeah.
see
Let's go.
the new,
It's
like what this new
Story
era
of
will
my
be
life.
for her.
Yeah.
From Umbrella.
On the replay, guys.
Remember when she was on Bring It On pa?
Yes.
Throwback.
So yun, Rihanna, R9, Yaas for all of us. Okay, and our next topic is pretty heavy and pretty close to home for me. So just recently, there was an issue about Shanti Dope and his new song Amatz. So after watching a part of the song on ASAP, Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency Director Director General Aaron Aquino was requesting the MTRCB to ban the song Amatz by Shanti Dope from television and radio since it allegedly promotes the use of marijuana. So parang sinasabi niya na okay, this guy, yung lyrics kasi ng kanta is lakas ng amats ko, lakas ng amats ko. Yun yung chorus niya. So parang iisipin mo talaga na it's about drugs. And just a disclaimer, I'm talking here on this show as a citizen, not really as an employee of Universal Records because I can't speak for my company as well.
Yes.
But that's the main issue. But I think for me kasi it's a super pass because it doesn't really make sense that they're trying to censor a song from TV and radio just because it has a drug theme.
It feels very out of the blue. Like, why now? And
why this dude?
Yeah, why Shanti Dope? My guy.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, when there are so many other forms here in like local media na parang same themes naman, why aren't they getting banned or like getting this kind of attention?
And actually the lyrics are contrary to what the PDEA believes it needs to be.
It's like more of a metaphor lang, di ba?
No, not even that, but in the song si Shanti mismo is saying that he doesn't need drugs or marijuana. He uses his music, his craft as his own high.
Yeah.
Na parang he doesn't need all these chemicals. Kasi yung lyrics din, sobrang natural, walang halong chemical. And I wrote the press release initially. So parang we were clear upon that na this is the message of the song and this is what we want to impart with the song.
Yeah.
So
It
yun.
feels so convenient, PBH.
Yeah.
Like with all the
Convenient.
bullshit that's been happening government-wise.
Yeah.
The distraction.
And you were saying something, Nikki?
Like, parang kinuha lang nila yung isang verse or isang part ng song.
Out of context.
Yeah, like really out of context. So parang you can't really make a fair judgment about an entire song na you just take like a random part of a song.
No, the thing was kasi I also understand the PDEA side in as far as on ASAP, I was there last Sunday with Shanti Dope when he performed this song and we only performed the first verse and the chorus kasi in ASAP they have limited airtime per song, so they really cut songs that we promote there. And I guess it so happened na nagkataon na nanood siya at yun ang nakita niyang verse. So, but of course it begs to ask the question, why didn't they do more research on this before releasing a public statement?
Yeah, because like it was just a part of a song again. Like you it's not a fair judgment.
And even if it were about, say, taking marijuana or whatever, where does censorship come into play here?
Exactly.
Eraserhead's Alapaap has been people talk that it's about getting high, right?
Yeah.
So why this song? Why now?
There's a lot of music
Not the
that's
only
talking about it.
Not just about drugs. Like there are also some songs na parang are very sexually explicit.
Yes,
Exactly.
and they promote like violence or ano. So
But then again,
Good-
it's
good
PDEA.
point.
I mean, I guess we,
true.
in some sense, we respect the quote-unquote war against drugs, but to bully an 18-year-old boy
yeah, he's 18.
who isn't really doing anything to you, he just wants to write music, to perform for people, to make people happy, and bakit kailangan pang maapektuhan ng lahat ng tao? Even ako, honestly, because I had to work on the PR for this as well, even after the issue. So why do we have to all be affected by this issue, which shouldn't be touching the media or the music? So that's the T.
Pass.
Pass for all of us. And last bit na siguro, I know Shanti, and the kid is just really nice. Wala ka namang masasabi about him. So parang to attack him or his person,
Yes.
just for this, it's uncalled for. So step up, government. Dracarys to you guys.
Yeah, I don't understand that reference
No,
talaga.
burn.
Okay, so another big issue na celebrity / government related is the Angel Locsin versus Jimmy Bondoc
Next
issue.
president of the
Go
Philippines.
Who's Angel
She doesn't need to be Darna to be,
To be a superhero, of the country. Just the background is that Jimmy Bondoc posted a Facebook public post saying that a certain broadcast network, obviously
ABS.
pertaining to ABS-CBN, parang only thrives through parang sexual favors and what other things did he say? Something about parang padrino system lang basically sinasabi niya na ganun nga, and he's gonna be so happy to see that station ABS-CBN go down. And then in response to that Facebook post, which of course went viral, Angel Locsin also went viral with her replies, because Angel Locsin was like, are you seriously saying, this is not verbatim, but are you seriously saying that you're gonna be happy seeing 1,000 employees lose their jobs and all that? And parang he's discrediting all the hard work that people, regardless of sexual favors or whatnot, if regardless of their this existence, that people who are in the industry didn't work hard enough to become who they are today.
I like how she also didn't discount the possibility of if there were some sexual those instances. She was like, then yes, we call them out and we go to the authorities.
Exactly.
So she didn't invalidate that possibility also, which I really appreciate.
It's just very convenient for Jimmy Bondoc to say all these things in this political climate na parang without considering everything that's related to it.
I feel like though he's coming from a good place.
He is.
Like the whole Me Too just shook up the world essentially. But
it's parang it's rubbing off the wrong way, and he didn't do it like the right way to try to make this thing happen if there is a thing. And of course we've heard a lot of stories about all these inside showbiz news. I can't speak for it because I haven't. Wala akong alam na coming from a real person, a real account. But syempre nababasa ko rin sa lahat ng mga website and all that.
And it's kind of convenient then, and talking about the political climate, kasi we all know that all media outlets are currently being attacked by the government for, like apparently, allegedly, like putting out fake news, ganun. And ABS-CBN is one of those like hard hitters talaga when it comes to like how the government likes to attack them. So it's just really convenient lang.
And
they're just looking for a right time to actually like look for an excuse to to cancel ABS.
And Jimmy Bondoc himself has gotten things, or just has gotten some sort of exposure through ABS-CBN. So parang where's the gratitude for that to just try to generalize everything? So obviously it's a pass for all of us, I guess. Is it a pass for everyone?
Yeah.
Bye.
It's just sad. Press freedom is under attack talaga, and
as press freedom.
As citizens talaga, or as people who constantly check the news, we must really have a stand against these issues. We can't just stand by, and we must stand for what we believe in. I mean, of course, there's also the people on the other side of our spectrum who believe otherwise, but it's at least they're making a stand, because I feel like some people are just on the sidelines not saying anything, because I mean at this point there's so much fear going around, but we must fight back, or at least we must not stand down at the very least.
Hold the line.
Hold the line.
Avengers assemble. So yun, that's pretty super pinaka deep yes or pass, or pinaka ganong topic. But this is what the country is going through right now. We must do our best to talk about it and be strong and have hope that the Philippines will be a better place.
It will.
We can hope.
It will.
Yes, there's always hope. Okay, so down to our last 3 bits of news. We have American Horror Story Season 9, which was announced to be subtitled 1984.
Taylor Swift. 1989.
Nauna lang
That was 5 years before Taylor Swift was born.
A reference to Orwell?
To what?
Oh,
Orwell's 19.
it's more. I'm not so sure if there will be some Orwellian references in this particular season, but it was announced that it's
set in
1984 because it's inspired by the slasher movies that were present in that day. So it's gonna be a slasher, parang teenage slasher movie. And the cast has Emma Roberts, Gus Kenworthy, Yaas,
Yes,
Gus
Emma
Kenworthy.
Roberts. Bagay na bagay
I mean,
for me.
see, what's his name? See, Evan Peters is sitting out of this season in particular for the first time in 9 seasons. He's sitting out of this, but Ryan Murphy constantly has a lot of actors naman in his pool.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a super yes. I love
Let's see
80s slasher films.
Yeah.
I love American Horror Story. I mean, the last season I watched was Apocalypse, but before that, Season 4 pa yung huli ko napanood dahil nga medyo naging repetitive siya. But Apocalypse was pretty good. What about you guys?
I'm not the biggest AHS fan, but let's see what... I also too am an avid fan of slasher films.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see how they pull this one off. I hope it's nostalgic. It's nostalgic and gory.
Yeah, I also just watched bits and pieces of sorry, unintentional. I only watched bits and pieces of American Horror Story, so I really don't know much about to comment on it fully. But I'm really excited kasi nga I'm also a fan of slasher movies. Like I loved like I didn't see
Freddy Krueger.
I forgot the names.
Si Freddy Aguilar. Anak.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited, and can I just say I'm also just excited that there's so much good TV coming out soon.
Post also.
Yes.
Stranger Things, The Crown.
Oh yes. I love The Crown.
And
So
The 80s theme of it all. Very interesting to see kasi everyone's been doing 80s.
Yeah. How can
So
they?
I want to see how they would
Amen.
use 80s in the AHS context.
Yes.
And the beauty of American Horror Story right now is it's anthology. It's
Right.
anthology format kasi it's always something new, even if it's the same cast.
Yeah.
It's their versatility is really shown as actors because they play all these different characters in the spectrum of characters, from baliw to ditzy or may sakit or monster ka or all that.
Yeah.
They all play it. Lady Gaga was a vampire in season 5.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if Lady Gaga will return in any form in any of the future seasons, but we'll have to see about that. So, our last piece of news are Star Wars news. The first being that it was announced that Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic might be adapted into the next trilogy of Star Wars movies. So it's a popular Xbox game.
Yeah.
AG has a lot to say about this.
I watched gameplays of it lang before, and I really like the game kasi. But I'm not a big fan of Star Wars din kasi. So I really can't comment masyado on how it's gonna look like.
Yeah.
But I love the games. Yun. How about you guys?
Lightsabers.
I think we're the wrong crowd.
Well, yes, for me it's a yes din.
Yeah.
The Star Wars has mostly been built on the Skywalker saga, and finally we're gonna see trilogies that are not related to it. Like this year, mag-end na yung Skywalker saga with the Rise of Skywalker.
I think it's time.
It's really the end of an era for the popular pop culture stuff.
Yeah.
Had for the last
2019.
year.
And it's the end of the
year
decade.
Of ending things.
Yeah. Actually,
2016 was the year realizing things. We realized it all.
Now we need to end it.
Time to end
What else do we have to end? Who else do we have to end?
Yeah, so it's a yes. It's a yes.
It's a yes.
Cheers to news.
And speaking of the Rise of Skywalker, Vanity Fair just
Yes.
released their issue
Love.
featuring the cast of The Rise of Skywalker. I'm not so sure why Vanity Fair has done a lot of Star Wars related editorials in the last
And
few
it's
years.
mostly Annie Leibovitz that's
Yeah,
doing,
it's-
which
Yeah.
I love. As
Love
in,
Annie.
big yes for me. I love it. I
It's
love
a big
it so
yes
much.
for me as well.
She got it.
Yeah. And okay, because I saw the article online, and she also did the behind the scenes photos on set. It's so beautiful, and I never thought she would do it because her style is really parang glam portraits of artistas, and yeah, super excited because of the photos. She did a great job.
Yeah, I love it. There are more photos which we aren't able to show right now, but it's really exciting. I'm really excited for the last movie in the
Yeah.
Skywalker saga. It's the 9th episode. And yun, coming from The Last Jedi, which was very divisive for everyone,
I agree.
it's really exciting to see how J.J. Abrams closes the whole saga.
Wrap it up.
Ooh.
As a non-Star Wars fan, all I can say is I'm thankful that Adam Driver's back on the screen. So yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you're
Okay,
something, yeah.
so that is our yes or pass for the week. So right now we're gonna go on a short break. Here is we're back with our popcorn RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11 Extravaganza.
Let's
So
get
to
this
all those who aren't
started.
familiar with RuPaul's Drag Race on this platform,
Shame on you.
no, don't shame them. We love everyone and we respect all their pop culture choices. Jeremiah. So RuPaul's Drag Race, who can talk about that?
Who wants? There's just a lot to talk
Where
about.
do you even begin?
Well, generally it's just America's Next Top Model but with drag queens.
Yes.
So if
Na may halong project run.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So you get put into challenges every week. Then, like, obviously, you eliminate the weakest leg through a lip sync. Yeah.
For your life.
It's on its
For your-
11th season already, and
Yeah.
there's been all-star seasons as well.
For All-Star spin-offs.
So it's been how many years, and it's gained a massive cult following.
It's really the biggest, one of the biggest reality
It
shows
is.
right now.
And it just won an
Anne
Oscar.
Hathaway watches. RuPaul's
Exactly.
And it just won an Oscar. So
No way.
Oscar or
Oscar.
Emmy?
Emmy.
Emmy yun.
Yeah, it's like, movie ba?
Know your awards.
awards.
So yun, America's Next Top Drag Superstar ang hinahanap ni RuPaul, who's the supermodel of the world and one of
The drag queen.
the
Very
drag queen.
important to note the next drag superstar. Okay, so
Okay, so right now,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
we just came from All Stars 4, which featured a lot of queens from earlier seasons, season 4, 6, 9, and 10. And the winners for that were Trinity the Tuck
Trinity.
and
Monet.
Monet Exchange. So what do you guys think about a double crown that's never been done in history?
I feel like that was a last-minute decision.
It
Ooh,
it
yeah.
felt like it.
Kasi either way, whoever you crown, it's gonna be really controversial. Kasi Trinity was seen as the front runner. Diba? Pero, kasi I think if you crown Trinity naman, it's gonna be a racial issue na, oh no, it's another white and blonde queen.
Yeah, because all the winners of All Stars have been blonde and white.
Yeah.
But it makes Monet's win feel so
Yeah.
tokenistic.
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you
Like-
won because you're black. That's
yeah, like
it.
parang
Which I feel like it is lang talaga.
Yeah, she did. Trinity deserved it. She's a white
I know.
queen.
Yeah.
And but she really deserved
put in the
that.
work.
She
Yeah.
did. Monet.
She did.
I don't even know why Monet was in All
Well,
Stars.
she had a
I'm
good track
sorry.
record also, but
I
like,
suppose.
It's not
Improvement.
I actually
All-star.
But no,
Yeah.
she doesn't have that quality. She doesn't have the same quality.
I actually enjoyed her stuff, but
not to win the whole thing.
win kasi it feels like in bad taste if you think na we're only doing it so we have a non-white win.
Diversity.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
which
that's
goes
a-
against the parang
Yeah.
the reason why you joined in the first place. Kasi
Yeah.
you wanna be the best of the best, but like,
regardless of where you come from,
Yeah.
what skin color you have,
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah. Not to discredit naman the hard work that Monet has
Yeah,
done.
yeah. She wanted
yeah,
it.
but,
Mhm.
Yeah, but it feels like for me in bad taste lang na yun nga, it feels like a last minute decision na tokenistic and all.
So, I mean, all of this wouldn't happen if Manila Luzon wasn't eliminated early on.
But then
Manila Luzon got eliminated. That's when I realized I think I may be watching too much Drag Race.
Well, I think Manila Luzon, I mean, for our listeners right now who aren't familiar, Manila Luzon is actually part Filipino, and that's why her name is Manila Luzon.
Yeah.
And she was also on in the.
she was a finalist.
She was a front runner to become the winner of All Stars.
She was gonna win.
People thought it was gonna boil down to Trinity and Manila.
Yeah.
And that would have been I wouldn't mind both of them winning if they had both of them win.
Yeah, but
and she would have been the first Asian winner, more than a black winner, I guess.
But then again, kasi I feel like if you crowned Manila, people are gonna be like, how predictable. Oo, ganun.
Yeah, she was
But
already
then-
in All Stars.
I mean, those are the rules of All Stars anyway, and that's why we can't completely judge.
Naomi was
how it
just
went down.
playing the game. She was
that's
very
true.
playing
That's
the game.
true. And
I can't blame her.
we can't really blame her. And yun nga, like, as a Manila Luzon fan, it wasn't really the strongest look of
on
Manila
that episode.
Luzon.
Yeah.
I agree.
Of Manila Luzon in general.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Like, we all know she's capable of way more of, like, with her looks.
Amen.
That's true.
I love
And yun nga,
The episode, the one with the grey wig.
Yeah.
that was really good.
Like she stoned her.
Yeah.
Like,
She was so
yeah.
gorgeous.
I like the spaghetti look also.
Yes.
oh yeah.
Which
I liked her pad look that wasn't included. It was the swerves and
Yeah. That was really good.
She posted it on Twitter.
Yeah.
The cat.
The cat one.
Siamese cat. That was
Yes.
so good.
Yes. That was one of my favorite looks ever.
Pero one of my favorite looks for her probably is yung when she entered with Latrice, yung she got run. She looked like she got run over.
Yeah.
It was on the allude to her season 3.
Yeah.
Kasi diba, that was like
Yes.
when she fell flat because of the comedy challenge.
So yun. I mean, I guess Luisa was saying she was just playing the game. I mean, Naomi was just playing the same game
Naomi.
that Manila was playing.
Yeah.
And I agree. No hate for Naomi. I really love her. She's one of my favorite queens.
Pero for me, Naomi was robbed of like some of the challenges. I mean, she should have won Snatch Game for her Wendy Williams.
She was really good.
Do you think
Yeah.
over Caitlyn, Trinity's Caitlyn Jenner?
Well, it was a close fight for me. So,
I understand.
Pero parang she got so much unwarranted hate just because she eliminated Manila.
Exactly. Like, props to like Naomi for doing that because brave with Manila's fan base and the Drag Race fan base in general.
and her lip syncs. Oh my god, that
True.
Naomi Smalls lip sync.
That was my
my
favorite,
gosh,
one of my favorite
yeah.
lipsticks of all time.
Sources.
Okay, so now that we discussed All Stars for a bit, I guess people were really disappointed, and that's why season 11 premiered like really early on, maybe like
bilis.
a month after ba. So
yeah.
The
A
promos
week
were so
after.
fast.
and yeah, parang they were promoting All Stars. They were promoting season 11 while All Stars was airing.
Right.
I guess
Right.
it's because of the whole Manila controversy, quote unquote controversy.
I think it's also the switch to Netflix and VH1, and like I feel like they want to make the most out of this phenomenon, which I think is a pretty short-term move on that part, because I feel like personally I found season 11 to be quite disappointing. And a lot of it is not just because of the quality of the queens, who are talented,
Yeah,
but
very talented.
I'm just so with Drag Race.
I feel like it's mostly that because I disagree with saying that it was a bad season, because I really like the season.
Yeah, me too. Sobrang bilis lang na. Di pa parang nagsisink in na nanalo sila Trinity and Ceremony. May bago na kagad season.
And speaking of the two winners, they're coming to Manila in July. So see you guys there. Question mark.
And they're actually shooting All Stars 5 na apparently.
Oh my god.
What?
Can we take a break?
Yeah, like
We should. We
You know, a lot of
should.
the queens now are like, I'm sorry, I have to cancel my Australia and Japan tours.
yeah. Woo.
Okay, so now moving on to the actual RuPaul season 11 discussion.
go.
Okay, let's talk about the
May the
queens
best
first.
woman
So most of the queens from this season are actually drag daughters of famous Drag Race
Yes.
alumni.
The Davenport.
Montrese. Kahana Montrese.
They have 2 Davenports.
Yeah, Vanjie, the daughter of Alexis Mateo.
Yes, we also
Plastic.
have Plastic, who's the daughter
The
of
House the
Alyssa.
Lords, yeah.
Who else is there?
Raja O'Hara from the O'Hara dynasty.
Kahana Montrese is also from
Coco
Montrese.
Coco.
Yeah.
So there's only a few queens who came into their own, and
Yeah.
people were thinking, oh, it's just gonna be a competition between people who
It's a
That
came
political
from other
dynasty,
people.
guys.
I mean, no to political dynasties, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's the first time naman na maraming
Yeah.
ganon, and it's
Parang nagkataon lang.
it's like a legacy season.
I guess,
when
yeah.
you look at it,
When-
and it's
yeah.
nice to see how old queens have trained new queens.
Right,
Branched out.
exactly.
Yeah, and they branched out. And I mean, we're at the top 4 right now, and only one of these queens are part of the legacy
Davenport.
of the drag daughters, or is a drag daughter, which is Akiria Chanel Davenport.
You know her name is a pun pala.
Yeah,
Akeria
Akeria Chanel.
Oh,
I didn't-
that's interesting. But she's so shady. Can I just say? So, yun. Let's just talk about some of our favorite queens from this season before we head on to the top 4.
Okay.
So, for me, my favorite talaga out of everyone is Plastique Tiara. Mostly, I mean,
The
one of the biggest reasons, I guess, is because she's Asian, and representation in this season
Yeah.
matters because of all the controversies na white winners, puro white queens, or all that.
Soju's Asian.
Soju's Asian as well, and she got eliminated.
I
Rest in
really
peace.
like Soju in the like when they were introducing the queens before, like sa promo.
Yeah.
Her look was
So,
good.
yeah.
Blue and
Yeah.
But her kimono
yeah.
look kasi
What
was a
happened?
handbook.
No, when she walked in the taekwondo, I was like,
It could have been more polished.
Like,
the
kasi yung
handbook.
promos, yun na yung
Yeah.
after the season, so she improved na from
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah, but also very sad the hate that she's been getting. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Like, people were hating, like people from the Drag Race fan base were hating on her because she doesn't do her looks like other queens do. So she made the tweet about how they kind of ruined Drag Race for her. She was very sad about it.
I think kasi in general, I mean, I've only watched Drag Race starting like 2 years ago, but I think drag itself is already branching out and like changing in a sense
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we do
Yeah.
have these quote unquote social media queens, and we have the known pageant queens
Yeah.
and comedy queens, but now with the rise of Soju, Ariel, Versace, and Plastique,
Sorry, I didn't like
they're all coming into the show. They already had a lot of social media following compared to other queens who've been going
At it way longer.
Yeah.
And I think it also has something to do with like how Drag Race wants to cater to a younger audience now. I think it started with season 7. Kaya season 7 was branded as the boring season because not just because it was boring. I actually think it was like nice kasi
Yeah.
most of the
I love
iconic
season 7.
kasi more
Or
of
from
It
season
was
7.
more of
actually
like-
very enjoyable for
Oo.
me, at least.
It was just such a shift from the typical
You're right.
Del Rio.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
Kaya it was
Agree.
boring. And it was really catering to a younger demographic na.
Yeah.
Like more than just like the LGBT community or those who are like aware of how the drag scene works. I think they're really
You're right.
catering to the
Right.
mainstream audience.
Like ever since season 7, Drag Race became so memey.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. You have Trixie and Katya and all those
Maybe.
references. Kennedy.
Yeah.
Mimi.
So yun, I mean, going back to Plastique, I mean, I feel like she wasn't given enough airtime. Even when she won, after she won, parang
Yeah.
there wasn't a discussion on the couch like, oh, Plastique, how does it feel to win when everyone else had that?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that was
I
the height
love
of
her.
Evie versus Silky as well. Kaya,
Yeah.
or Evie versus Vanjie pala. So that wasn't a thing. But I would have loved to see more Plastique.
Yeah, I really like her talaga. I don't know why, but maybe it is
There's
the Asian
something.
thing.
There's just
Yeah.
something.
May likability.
so
Yeah,
likable
likability.
about her.
She's pretty and she's polished.
But what can you say about the thing where she was like, oh, I didn't know pop culture until 4 years ago.
Bullshit.
I can't-
You can
I'm
blame her
sorry.
for it.
Yeah, like
No.
I feel like she was still adjusting. But I mean, that's not really an issue
An excuse.
for me.
I mean, Scarlett was saying na in that episode, in the reunion that was aired a week ago, they were like, Scarlett was like, "Oh yeah, we get it that you're an immigrant, and we understand because America is a land of immigrants as well. But to say that during the panel lang is an excuse."
Right. Okay, I get that.
Excuses this season actually.
There were.
The cyst. Yeah. Parang every time they get called out on something,
There's always
stories
an
come out.
Like you
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate it, actually.
But then that's an actual life-threatening thing. So good thing she brought that up.
I think it's the same thing with Mercedes. Like I remember during the Trump Lusical challenge, she had no clue what was happening during that time. But then you have to know you're entering an American drag race competition, so you have to know that they should have studied up a bit. I think I agree on that. Because contextualize. You have to contextualize.
Because drag race really is like embedded.
Yeah, there are jokes
into
I
pop
don't
culture.
get also. Like,
Yeah.
there are people during Snatch Game I had no clue they existed.
I get
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Right? And I understand that's their culture.
Like, I
Yeah.
only found out about Mae West because of Alaska.
Yeah.
Because you know what drag race is actually? It's sort of like the cultural historian for queer pop culture history.
Yeah, that's a good.
So,
And this is like a nice topic to have right now on the show because it's almost Pride Month and we're celebrating RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, and the Congress released also a poll on
Soji.
Yeah.
Soji.
same-sex marriage.
Same-sex
What do you guys have to say about that?
why?
Seg lang.
Why? Like, what's the point?
Is it a yes or a pass?
Is it paasa lang or
Yun nga,
I wonder what their
Like,
intention
what's the
is.
point? Are you really going to base this decision on whether the majority likes it?
I
Or
feel like they're just trying to gauge what the public thinks about it. But syempre, the decision is also, like, they have the power to actually do something about it.
And I think it's the
They're
medium
lawmakers.
that they used also.
Yeah, like that
kasi-
was...
Who
for me,
goes to
it was-
that website?
Yeah, for me it's kind of iffy.
It's so weird.
Yeah, like parang out of the blue, there's a poll, and the results at first are kind of disheartening. But then
Now it's yes is
52,
leading.
right?
yeah,
Really?
but then,
Yes, it's
but then
leading na.
I heard that the poll doesn't exist anymore. Like they took it down at. I'm not sure.
But what's scary is that as this administration goes by, our lawmakers are parang, I wouldn't say not reliable, but their biases
Uneducated.
are already
Yeah.
leaning towards a majority.
Of
And
course.
to think
Right.
for everyone to be inclusive, not just for LGBT, but for everyone else, like for education, for
Yes.
underrepresented communities, it's getting harder and harder. But as I said earlier, you know, we as citizens, as people who are affluent in social media, we must try to at least make noise and try to talk about what we believe in, and at least siguro it's so hard, like what action can we do to like act upon all these things that are happening around us. Miss Luisa of Vantage magazine, I have to say.
Taiwan recently, I think.
yes,
Taiwan, correct?
Yeah,
It's Taiwan.
And Brazil.
And Brazil.
Uh-oh.
And someone made a calendar of what countries are starting to legalize same-sex marriage. And when Taiwan approved, it somehow gave me hope. Because ideally, there should be... We're getting really political. I thought we were just going to talk about... Okay.
Well, it is political.
Amen.
Everything is political at this point. You
Yeah.
can't avoid it.
Exactly. So it's nice to know we're at that time we've lived to... We're
Yes.
presently at this time
Yes,
that
I agree.
these discussions are being raised. And I'm so glad it's our generation who
Right.
is...
Yeah.
If you think about it, I have high hopes. I have high
Yeah.
hopes for the future. I really do.
I don't want to get high hopes.
I know,
I
I
feel
know.
like if I do, and then
It doesn't.
because I don't know personally, growing up and then I'm entering my mid-20s. Can you believe? And then obviously,
Can you believe?
can you believe? Thinking about the future,
Sorry,
it's so
sorry.
real now. Like, what will happen when I'm 35? And yeah, if
You can always fly to Taiwan, I guess.
True.
But it's not valid here.
Yeah, it's like you're married there,
There, but not
just the reality of being gay is becoming more real.
Yeah.
But I feel like also we have to give the Philippines some time. I mean, it's not saying that this issue is not as big as like bigger political issues like the quote-unquote war on drugs, but parang America took so long to get this marriage equality as well. So parang I'm not saying that the Philippines can't catch up right away, but you know, there's still so much happening talaga, and
We don't even have divorce legalized.
No, we
exactly.
don't.
So hopefully, you know, eventually things go for the better, especially as the next administrations come, or I don't know.
I just hope they do it properly and
Not for
they
clout.
don't and they don't rush into it without really knowing everything about it.
Yeah.
That's true. So yun, speaking of advocacies and politics, one of the queens called the Pride of Season 11 is one of my favorite queens as well. She was robbed. Miss Nina West.
Miss
She's
Nina.
one of the popular queens coming into the season as well. Even everyone else in the cast knew of her when they met her, right? So, ayun, I'm so sad about her elimination.
I hope she wins Miss Congeniality.
I think she will.
She should.
I love that she's such a good player.
Exactly.
She took critique. She wanted to improve. She was so reflexive.
Yeah.
She did. She wasn't hateful, unnecessarily hateful.
She was super kind
Everyone.
and super nice.
She was really there to improve herself then, like what Luisa said.
Yeah.
Like when I saw her when in her episodes, she was like, what can I do to be better? Like really like looking
love
for
that.
comments. Yeah, like
Professional.
and very professional.
And this is coming from someone who's been doing drag for years na.
right,
Diba?
yes.
Parang she feels like there's still room for her to
Yeah,
improve.
exactly.
That's
Which is
very
great.
humble of her.
Yeah.
She didn't make excuses. I remember one time she was clocked for not padding properly.
Yeah.
She didn't make excuses. She was
Yeah,
just
she's
like,
like, what-
yes,
Unlike some people.
I agree. I'll fix it. And she tried to.
Actually oozing.
Pero yun, I agree. I can already imagine RuPaul saying, I mean, you're a winner, baby.
She
You
is.
are and will
She
always
is.
be an all-star. Hopefully she is in
I
All
really
Stars
love-
5.
Yeah, I
I
really
hope
love
so
Nina.
too.
I mean, I guess parang I was thinking when she was eliminated, I'm sure RuPaul's just like saving her for All Stars because she knows that she will do well in All Stars.
But honestly, that lip sync was underwhelming.
It
It was
was.
just bad.
Let's talk more
RuPaul
about
said so herself.
lip syncs later, I guess.
Songs.
That was surprising actually. Like, hindi ko ma-process na nagme pala siya. Parang, that's a reaction towards a lip sync. Okay.
I mean, let's just talk about this particular lip sync now. But yun, that was pretty underwhelming. And Silky was hyping herself up the whole season. Like,
Yeah.
I've been ready to lip sync, all that.
The shade then from her fellow contestants, very interesting. Pati kay Akira, I was like, oh, okay, so Akira is shady and fair.
So yeah, that was a very underwhelming. And yun nga, Jeremiah was saying it was no scrubs, and that's a really
Yeah.
classic song in the whole of pop culture, not just queer music. So yun, Nina West, Drag is Magic was just released. That was a really cute music video. Did you guys see that?
No, I haven't.
I only
Yeah.
saw like snippets on Instagram, but I haven't seen the full.
Because Nina just announced that she'll be having 2 albums. One of the albums will be
Nina.
for children.
Yeah.
Aw, sis.
Yeah. Aw.
What a wholesome queen.
Yeah.
She is.
There's consideration for all audiences.
Kasi the main message of Drag is Magic is that you can be anything that you want.
Yeah.
And it had children in the music video.
Yeah.
Na parang
Yeah.
drag here is more of not dressed as a girl, but dressed as whoever you want to
Yeah.
be. Like the song is like, you can be a pirate, you can be a princess, you can be everything that you want to be. So you guys should watch this music video.
Yes.
It's just super charming, and I love Nina West.
A gem.
And I hope we can see
gem.
more of her. And I hope she comes to the Philippines sometime.
I will watch,
please,
as in-
Miss
I would
Nina.
support.
Yes.
Diamond in the rough. Thank you, Nina. Thank you, Nina.
Aladdin ba to? Diamond in the rough. Okay, so after Nina West, I guess one of the controversial queens is Raja O'Hara.
What's that?
So she just fought everyone this season.
So
She's so full of herself.
Who are you ba?
Oo. But
When-
she's like, if I have to lip sync for till I get to the top.
Yeah. Which
No,
Evie clocked her
Oh,
for.
I mean, that's a testament to like saying na you suck at the chat.
And it was
Yes.
really offensive for her to say na ang baho ni Evie.
Yeah.
Parang
She doesn't think about it.
basura lang siya.
Oh.
Yeah, she was just saying na you're so smelly I can't even be around you. You look like your drag is trash.
That's
that's just so.
Like lip sync assassin, sure ka? Well, aren't you just bad?
But yun nga, she also had a fight with Plastique and on Untucked. Parang that episode kasi Plastique had like a moment with RuPaul saying, "I'm your new mommy." And then
Right. Yeah, I remember.
after that, Alyssa Edwards was there also, and then there was a third thing. Oh, the on Untucked, she had the videos from her boyfriend as well. So Raja was like, "Why is this happening? This just makes me feel like I'm not empowered because Plastique is getting all these things," and that's just really sad. I mean, Raja was defending herself also in the reunion, saying that this is because of my own personal insecurities, which makes sense. But that took Plastique's moment from her as well, and that's really sad.
Right.
She's just unnecessarily hateful.
Yes,
So many
that's the
people.
word.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
another way for you to let out your insecurities. You don't have to lash out on other people
Yeah,
to
exactly.
validate yourself.
I agree.
So yun. So
Bottom line, she sucked.
Bye,
I will say
Raja.
this. I did like her wig when she got eliminated.
The red one.
The one with the flowers.
Ay, hindi pala.
The green one.
Was it green?
She
she was Groot
Yeah.
when she was eliminated.
The nature scene.
Farm to Runway.
Yeah.
She was
Farm
Groot.
to-
That was so funny, a comment from Michelle. You look like Groot.
Pero sayang though, Honey Davenport should have stayed in.
I know.
I agree.
I was really rooting
Pero
for
that
her
lip sync
as
was so
well.
bad lang talaga.
But yeah, like sayang talaga siya.
All
I hope to
Stars?
see. Yeah, I hope to see more of her.
Not for us.
Maybe not.
But then, how will she come back?
I don't know.
Jasmine Masters style.
And
Okay, so next we have the return of Miss Vanjie. Miss Vanjie.
Before we get into that, Nina's video, kinakopy niya si Miss Vanjie. Pure
The behind the
gold.
scenes.
Yeah.
Ang galing niya.
Galing.
Ang galing.
Okay, sorry.
So Miss Vanjie is a returning queen from season 10.
Well
She was
deserved return.
Yeah. And I'm glad to see her make it to
the top 5.
top.
Yeah, some up there.
Yeah, up there.
But she never won a challenge, ba? Did she?
She didn't.
She didn't.
Yeah.
More
But
safe siya from what I recall.
yun nga, si Miss Vanjie, she's a character. She's gonna be well loved even if she
Forever.
doesn't win
Yeah.
this crown.
Yeah.
Because we all heard her real voice. It's not as it's more, It's like, oh, tao ka pala.
But yeah, if you guys don't know what Miss Vanjie is, just search Miss Vanjie on YouTube and you'll know what we're talking about.
I loved her exit ba? Yung she came back.
Yeah.
I feel like she really had to make a memorable exit,
Yeah.
given that her first exit
Like,
was very.
She didn't even it wasn't intended.
Yeah.
I think she was seriously
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
So funny.
And yun nga,
It's
parang
genuine.
she got eliminated in the first episode of season 10, but her name was all throughout,
Yes.
even until the finale of
Yes.
season 10,
Yes.
because of how memorable
Memorable.
Miss Vanjie was.
RuPaul was so genuinely, he found it so hilarious. And RuPaul fake laughs a lot. Like you can tell he fake laughs, but whenever it's Vanjie, you could tell he found it really funny.
Like, yeah, he would break throughout the season. Whenever Michelle would bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yun, Miss Vanjie was doing okay, pretty well. I mean,
She'll be
I
fine.
guess her outfits kasi
Or her weak spot, yeah.
yeah, or her
Same
weak spot,
silhouette.
which she was defending also in the reunion. She was saying na I was traveling around and I was talking to different designers on the phone and I didn't realize that they thought this was what I was gonna bring, na parang lahat sila pare-pareho yung nagawa. And when you're there,
It's too late to realize.
it's too late to change it up because all these designers have made it for
That's
you.
why I think sewing should be a requirement for all queens. Kasi para dapat Bianca, she does wear the same dress.
Yeah, she had the same
She's
silhouette.
able to
Change it up.
Yeah, elevate it.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's Miss Vanjie's brand, and yun. I mean, I really enjoyed watching her all throughout the season.
Yeah, I think aside from that, sobrang yung personality niya, like, very likable. Parang ang real niyang person.
There's no wall.
Yeah,
It's
there's
just
no
her.
wall. Yeah.
And I guess this also brings up the judging na Miss Vanjie was there till the top 5, in which arguably other queens such as Nina West probably deserve her spot. But I understand from the producer's perspective nga na, you know, Miss Vanjie is a TV personality as it is.
Yeah.
And Drag Race is Miss Vanjie as a meme. So parang I understand why she's in the top 5, and I don't hate her. I mean, she's talented talaga.
She is.
So good job, Miss Vanjie.
Miss Vanjie.
And speaking of Miss Vanjie, ano pa ba ang pag-uusapan natin? Si Reverend Dr. Silky Nutmeg
Okay.
Ganache.
Tara.
This is gonna be this is gonna be
Kayo muna,
a
kayo
topic
muna.
for us.
I'm estimating a good.
For me, I'm just like, why is she still here? It's a top 4.
Yeah.
This could be a
So-
very interesting topic.
Her snatch game was not worth a win.
Honestly,
Yeah,
Like,
Nina West should
over
have gotten
Nina-
that.
It was just
Yes,
silky.
in my notes it says
her.
Nina West robbed.
And Nina West kasi talaga parang
And-
she played 2 characters.
Yeah,
on
2
the Snatch
polished characters. Okay.
On point.
2. Yeah,
I don't know who
exactly.
they were before, pero like seeing her do the impersonations, it
You just-
okay, yun pala siya.
Yeah,
Party
diba?
dressing, yeah.
Yeah. Sayang.
That's so sad. I mean, Silky, I understand again that RuPaul kept her because she's just so charming to everyone.
Charismatic.
She's very
Yeah.
charismatic.
I was actually Team Silky until like recently lang.
Wow, hindi na ba?
He changed his mind.
Thank you.
Wow,
Recently
thank
lang.
you.
I was
Apologies.
Silky until the premiere episode.
Yeah, same.
I was so-
actually.
Parang, why would you do this to Miley Cyrus?
That was kinda, I was kinda shocked.
Because Silky,
Her promos were great.
Yeah.
Her promo photo talaga.
And actually, even during the premiere, there were some very interesting parts. Na parang, okay, I can get behind this, but then it kind of just got too much
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
some point.
she is too
Yeah.
much. And I love the song Too Much by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yes, too
but
much
Silky is
enthusiast.
just too much.
Yeah.
I think it's the mix of her being always on and also her delusions.
Delusion.
There is a
yourself.
sort of delusion, but sometimes parang people are delusional, but they live up to their delusion.
like Valentina.
Exactly. Valentina was really strong. But she was delusional, but at the same time her game was on point. Silky, I beg to differ, because Silky was just really unpolished.
No.
And she never responded to the critiques. She was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm so good. Let me lip sync for my life if I have to."
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's a sort of disrespect towards the judges na they give you all these critiques to help you, but then parang you say na, oh, they're kind of hating on me. That's unfair.
She's not applying anything.
Yeah, she's not applying
like Nina.
anything.
Yeah.
Yes, going back
Also
to
unnecessarily hateful to everyone,
Yes.
Evie especially.
I read na parang maybe it was the edit or maybe I
I
don't know.
doubt it's
yeah,
the edit,
like
though.
yun kasi
Only those-
yeah,
Because
that-
even
can only
Untucked
do-
has a lot of those
yeah,
fights.
exactly. Yun, like, the fight with Evie, parang for me, Evie is coming from a place na I want to help you as well. Like, siguro meron times na naging out of line si Evie.
Evie.
Like, calling her untalented.
Yeah, that was kinda bad.
That was out of line, which Evie apologized for.
Uh-huh.
Pero yun, parang this is dragging on for too long and it's so stressful.
And I feel like Silky kasi should have been in the bottom way more than she should have. I mean, way more than she was.
She was.
Kasi she was only on the bottom once, and she should have been there multiple times. I feel,
agree.
given the challenge.
I agree.
Parang natatawid lang niya because of personality.
Yeah.
Parang there's always a critique in Drag Race where they say na don't rely on your body, don't rely on your fashion. But why isn't there a critique that says don't rely on your personality?
Yeah.
Is it simply because personality is one of the bases of winning or getting RuPaul's attention, because looks aren't enough? because we're looking for well-rounded queens.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
All the other queens nga, they clocked Silky early on by saying she's doing it because she knows she's on TV.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
that.
Like,
first
they-
episode pa lang
They
yun.
Sharing Miley
they
Cyrus.
knew already this is a shtick. This is not for real.
Well, it might be her, and we can't blame her.
I suppose.
But if you look at her online, I think she's like smart, diba? She's
Well, yeah, she's a PhD,
Doctorate.
doctorate. Yeah.
Oh, that's why she's called the Reverend Doctor.
Yes.
Doctor pala talaga.
Yeah.
So I don't get why she plays dumb sometimes. Maybe that's
Yeah.
her strategy.
I also like because the episode na she mentioned na she has a doctorate, parang something like management related.
Like operational management.
Parang ganun. Like one of those
group organization
yeah,
management.
exactly. Yeah, that one. Parang she is kind of using it as like, oh, I'm smarter than you, and I won't let this get to me. Parang it just kind of
Puro excuse si Silky, not Meg Ganache. So she should be cancelled. Bye. Okay, next
Controversial.
queen.
Let's say this lang about Silky. She may be horrible, but also I feel like she doesn't deserve the hate.
exactly. Yeah, like
People are being so ugly right now. I mean,
Yeah.
you may hate the queen, but don't tag them in your tweets.
like the death.
I mean, we
rates are
don't
just-
hate them for being them. Tayo, nag-uusap
Yeah.
ngayon. We hate them for what they presented in this season.
Yeah, like it's getting so personal. Some of the tweets I see, like it's a show.
It's so
first of
toxic,
all.
the Twitter
yeah,
world and
like,
Drag Race.
Very
Yeah.
It's a game.
yeah, it's a game, and like
literally just
going personal and sending death threats is way too much.
Calling her racial epithets. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I mean,
cannot.
she's not like a Tyra Sanchez naman na her bad personality came out after Drag
Yeah.
Race, diba? I mean, Tyra was a good queen. I mean, her win was well deserved. Pero like, her personality really came out like after that.
Yeah, but I didn't really like her that season either.
I wanted Raven to.
Yeah, I wanted
Yeah,
Raven to win.
Everybody wants Raven to win. Even
But you know, Ru has her biases, and it's evident talaga all the time. Next, we have Evie Oddly.
Yeah.
Yes or pass.
Yes.
Shoot.
She's
Yes.
really one of the front runners of this season
Yes.
as
She
well.
wins.
I hope she wins.
She
She's
was my
my
fave from the promo Loco.
yes, yeah. Oh my god, I can't even begin to explain
I love
how
her.
much I love
She's so
her.
different.
Yeah.
Because you know what? She is so genuine.
Yeah.
Everything, and she's not walang pretensions
Yeah.
whatsoever.
And like alam niya kung sino talaga siya. That's why each episode, each look is Evie injected into whatever the episode requires.
Yeah, the theme.
Like as in nakukuha niya talaga yung theme and
And she
manages
knows
to,
herself that well.
Yeah, manages to not parang compromise who she is just to produce a good look, which is great.
And RuPaul said so herself. Like,
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
critiques na no one in this competition is doing what she's doing.
Yes.
Diba? I think that was the
agree.
jellyfish look, which is my favorite look.
Yes.
of the
I agree.
We'll talk more on that later.
Pero yeah.
But yeah, Evie Oddly, a really good queen.
Yeah.
Ito na yung top 4 natin, by the way. We have Silky, now we have Evie. Yun. What else were you saying, Jeremiah?
I think she's following the dynasty of those weird ass fashion queens.
Milk,
Before,
Sasha
like,
Velour.
Sharon Needles. Parang ang taas ni Sasha. Pero more of Sharon Needles, Raja, Aquaria. And she's following that line. But then she's also putting her own unique
Yes.
garbage queen.
Yeah, like I hated when people call her a garbage queen.
Yeah,
because these are really like well thought of
Yeah.
looks.
It's
Na-
not because you're not the same as her means hers is garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
And like she doesn't need like a good designer or good fabric to come up.
She
with
makes
a
it
good-
herself.
Oh, she makes it
Yeah.
herself.
Yeah.
She's a
Diba?
very for
She's
me
resourceful.
she's rare. She's a rare.
It's just so sad for me that she has been misunderstood this whole
Yes,
season.
I agree.
I really feel for her in that sense na
Yeah.
parang you just want to be real and tell people the truth,
Yeah,
and
and-
you're being attacked for that.
Yeah, and if anything, she's trying to be helpful. Because, yun nga, like, you can see the concern for her fellow queens. But I guess some people don't get that.
like honestly, I get that a lot also from other people. They're like, "You're so mean, Cholo," all that because I just tell the truth as it is. Sometimes, obviously, admittedly, sometimes it's out of place when I say the truth. But to hate me for telling you the tea, just to be helpful to you or to make you realize, because as a person, I'm very self-aware, I feel, and like I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I speak out of place nga, and it's gotten me into trouble more, I mean, at some point. But yun nga, I really feel for Evie na, she's just trying to help, she's just trying to be real to her sisters and on the show, and like people are like, why are you saying this, why are you being so mean? And she's like, this is what the judges said.
Yeah.
And like
exactly.
Yeah, I'm just telling you again.
exactly. So why did it have to all like be pinned on her?
Yeah.
So be kind to everyone and tell the truth.
Evie for the crown.
Don't be a backstabber like Akira.
I won't be surprised if she doesn't win.
Yeah. Let's hope. All right.
Next in the top 4, we have Akira C. Davenport. Wala siya sa notes natin, pero let's just talk about her briefly.
She's okay.
I mean,
So, kasi I was looking at her promo photos, I was looking at spoilers, I was looking at the Reddit threads. Parang people were saying that she's one of the front runners. Tapos parang in season 11, watching season, parang she was just playing it safe.
Yeah, that's why
She has she has a look na kasi that's very
pageanty.
Yeah, and it's very familiar to all of us.
That's what it is. She represents the old vanguard of drag.
Yeah.
The very pageanty, rhinestones everywhere, big hair.
Yeah.
Opulent.
So yun, I mean, I guess she grew naman kasi throughout the season as well to deserve this spot.
I like their
LADP.
That was a good one.
Yes, Cheyenne Jackson.
She was kind of like crying.
Fair.
She's so turkey.
That was super good.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the reasons din talaga na she was here.
I feel like also the fact that we're not as receptive to her drag as compared to, say, Evie's is because it just reflects the changing tastes
Of drag.
I agree.
of the drag race.
Yeah.
Right.
We want to see something exciting. That's why
It's season 11. You want something new,
we've seen
you know?
before.
Yeah.
You're great, you're super polished, but then you're basic.
And she's not like si Asia O'Hara na she's known for a pageant queen, but she elevated her looks.
Oh, yeah.
Lion hat.
And the Tweety Bird, I love that Tweety Bird.
Oh yeah, that was really good. I love that one.
Yeah.
Tapos siguro she was just unnecessarily shady in a lot of points in the season as well.
Hindi not necessarily. Parang saktong shady lang.
Marami
I
lang
don't know. She was just
marami
trying to
siyang
pull the
edit na,
strings kasi at least in the edit.
Yeah.
Oo.
Yeah. Stephanie,
Yun.
she's okay.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
I think with regards to the changing times thing, I think we also have to look at like it's the future of Drag Race nga.
That's true.
So
Yes.
will the future really be like that?
Okay, and last in the top 4, we have the Queen of the North, Brooklyn Heights. Well, my Queen of the North is Sansa Stark. But Brooklyn Heights also tagged herself as the Queen of the North because she didn't know what Game of Thrones was going to make Sansa the Queen of the North.
And she's Canadian.
But
so
Brooklyn is Canadian, the first Canadian queen in Drag Race history. And she's just really good as well. She's one of my favorites.
Good track record.
Yeah.
she's so elegant, she's so
She's
polished.
the clear front runner.
Elegant is
She's the safest to crown, I think.
One
Yeah.
of the best runway walks, I think, in all of
Oh, yeah.
her
oh my god,
yeah.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Even that, what was that one dress? What episode was that? The purple one that was really flowy. It wasn't even that good of a dress, but the way she moved in it.
Yeah.
Is it the one with
Delivery.
the
And her figure.
Yeah.
the sequins? Was that the sequins?
I think so.
You may reveal na tinanggal niya yung wig. Tapos,
Oh, no, that's
Friend,
Friend,
another
she was
one.
in a suit there. She was in like a tight.
pero yeah, Brooklyn, well, she's been really good all season
Yeah.
long. She proved herself.
Gusto ko yung integration ng ballet background niya.
Ayun pa.
Her
Ganda.
points, her runway when she was on points.
Yeah,
I
that
love
was a good one.
That was like, how are you doing this
Yeah,
whole runway?
Crazy.
For an entire like runway, crazy.
And I feel like she really proved herself in a sense that she knows her strengths and weaknesses.
Right,
She knows
yeah.
she's not a comedy queen.
Yeah.
She doesn't have as much personality as Silky.
Hindi yun.
It was honestly, it was one of the worst
Ever.
She was like,
Pero yun, she used that to her
Yeah.
advantage.
For me, ang galing nung she knew that she wasn't doing well at Snatch Game. So, ginalingan niya ng sobra yung run.
She a smart queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yun, Queen of the North, Brooklyn Heights, we love her.
Alright.
And she doesn't have, and like, she's not that like mean to all the other
No,
queens
no.
also. She's very
Oh
accommodating.
my god, that one on top when she was drunk.
She's just like,
People were fighting. She was just kid.
She's like putting pillows on herself.
Okay, so
love her.
next we have some memorable moments from this season. Let's talk about pinakaunang memorable moment was the cyst from Soju.
Well, I guess we have our new Miss Vanjie.
Yeah.
It's so funny because every time a character says sis on Netflix, you see the subtitles.
Buti nga nag-catch up sa kanila. Yes, this has been a thing here.
Yeah.
Sis. So, thank you, Soju, for bringing it to the main stage.
yeah.
Anna's online shop.
And may t-shirt na siya agad pagka eliminate pa lang niya. May cyst na siya.
Hey, sister.
Let's go.
That's so sad though.
Yeah,
like,
I
how
hope
could you
her-
actually go to Drag Race with a cyst?
I hope her sis is
Oozing.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her
Hope
cyst was
she's
located
okay.
in a very...
Sobrang random nung
Yeah,
kasi
she's
really
oozing on
getting
it.
pretty.
Came out of nowhere. It came out of
I actually
freaking
have a cyst.
nowhere.
Oozing right now.
Funny. Okay, next we have Opulent.
Yes,
Opulent.
adorable.
You
adorable.
earned everything.
That's
That's
cute.
another memeable moment of the
Yes.
season coming from Mercedes Iman Diamond. She's actually the first Muslim queen on
Yeah.
RuPaul's
Yeah.
Drag Race.
It's sad that this is the only thing she'll be remembered for.
That's
Yeah, and-
true.
I mean, I guess hopefully this opens more doors for diversity in terms of, you know, we have Asian queens, we
Yeah.
have a Muslim queen, we have a Canadian queen.
That reference came from Paris is Burning. Am I right?
I'm not so sure. I haven't seen that movie.
It's a documentary. But anyway.
Oh,
I mean,
sorry.
well-
Documentary is a movie. AG.
If we're being
If we're being technical here.
We go in prod. Alright. Yeah, I really like moments on the show that are not scripted. I think they make
Yeah.
for the best moments.
And it's just
Agree.
so you see her personality through
Yeah.
that meme.
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
very shy. nga lang.
I also really love
Reserved.
the interaction between Brooke and Vanjie.
Brandy.
Brangie. I'm a Brangie fan. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
Me
a fan.
too.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like when they were posting on Twitter and Instagram. Parang, oh,
And it's the
cute.
first on
Bagay,
Drag Race
yeah.
history again.
Yeah, it's
Bagay
cute.
may
bagay.
workroom
What do you
romance.
guys have to say though about the allegations, that the right word, that Brooklyn was just using Vanjie to get clout?
Well,
Is that real? That's so sad.
I
if
don't want
it's
to
real.
think Brooklyn like that because she doesn't seem like that type of
well,
person.
in the reunion episode, she was defending it kasi
Yeah.
they did explain Brooke and Brandy isn't a thing for now because parang their schedules are so hard to
Right.
but
Aw.
Yeah, parang they did mention that somewhere else na like if it happens, it happens. But
yeah, exactly. And yun nga, Brooke was defending herself because RuPaul was asking her na what are you gonna say to these allegations if you just using Vanjie because Vanjie is Vanjie and parang mag-leech off of Vanjie ka lang. But Brooke was like, that's why I was really not putting myself with Vanjie in the workroom all the time para hindi masabi na gano'n. Because this was a genuine love story.
Yeah. Oh, they were so sweet.
It's just so sad na Vanjie was saying, I wanted the notebook, but I was given a post-it.
You know, baka mag-transform into a notebook. So at some point.
We never know.
Yeah.
They're going to Paris together. Remember,
Are they?
Brooklyn won the Paris.
Oh,
Yeah.
pero baka hindi na siya yung isama niya.
Well,
We never know.
Yeah, we never know. But Brangie fan.
Brangie forever.
Segue, another like drag race couple that is shipped from season 6 pa was Milk and Courtney.
Courtney Milk and Courtney.
Yes.
So cute.
Courtney.
Science.
They're the most
Yeah.
attractive of that
Yeah.
He wasn't
season.
annoying yet.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, so we also have
Ooh, Ariel's
Wait.
Why is this memorable? Is it even memorable?
It wasn't, parang it's so confusing
funny.
that it
So,
became, what a
Yeah,
non-issue.
like, biglang, well, gets na mahal yung wigs niya, but parang di nga siya na-bring up masyado in the rest of the season. It's just when she came back.
And then,
Isn't supposed to be an issue naman eh.
in the reunion, Ariel was saying na parang, you guys all know that I have a business and it's my business, yung wigs. And everyone else was like, yeah, that's why we got it. Don't you want us to promote your business?
Well, promote it!
So yun, parang it just got so confusing na
Yeah.
did she leave it for Plastique because Plastique is her best friend or not? And then she said she didn't, and then she tweeted out that she did because
yeah,
she's her
it's
best friend.
marami lang
And then
confusing.
it's just super confusing.
Ariel just needed the airtime.
Yeah,
Sad.
I didn't like her in season 11 talaga at all. Like, she was like,
Same.
oh, I'm more than just a look queen. Pero if you look at her track record, her like edits, you can see na she's more like conscious about how she looks like more than like actually doing well in Drag Race. I don't know, I didn't like her kasi.
Because she reminds me of what Aja represented in season 9. That very raw Brooklyn type of
Drag.
Na very like messy makeup, messy hair. Just a
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say that. Okay, so we also have the Snatch game. That was a bad Snatch game.
That
Once
was-
again.
So for
Nina
those
West,
listening
Rob.
again who aren't familiar with RuPaul's Drag Race, the Snatch game is a season favorite.
Yeah.
Like each season has a Snatch game except for the first. It's where it's an impersonation game, and each queen will choose a popular pop culture icon or not icon as someone they will impersonate.
Person.
And this
Yeah,
season
but
just wasn't good.
I knew like two of the people. I knew
Celine
Celine Dion.
Dion.
I knew Tiffany Haddish.
Cash Me Outside.
Daniel Bergoli. That's it.
Oh, the Daniel Bergoli.
I really love the Snatch Game of Love from All Stars 4 though.
Oh,
yes. That was a good
That was
one.
a different format. It was
Even
refreshing.
the bad
Yeah.
performances, when you compare it to the performance of season 11, like Monet's Whitney.
But these are seasoned queens na rin in
Yeah.
All Stars
So they
4.
knew how
They knew
Snatch
na,
Game works.
yeah.
That's another thing na why I feel I bit my tongue. That's why season 11 was pretty underwhelming because he just came from All Stars 4.
Yeah.
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 So
Season
like, the
favorite.
quality will really go down.
Yun.
Money pa lang.
Snatch Game. Next. Pass na tayo.
Pass na.
And last for this segment, before we go on a break, is the robbed queens of season 11. So we have, of course, Scarlet Envy, who was eliminated early on.
She's so pretty.
People were also hating on her on their workroom.
So robbed.
Like, she was really robbed. Like, over Raja O'Hara, really. Raja was already
Yeah.
in the bottom thrice or twice before that.
The moment I fell in love with her was when Michelle said, "That's an ugly necklace," and she was just like,
Yeah.
I know. The lipstick was Last Dance. And I thought Scarlett was gonna win that one.
Yeah.
Scarlett,
Me too.
she's not a dancer, but she
she
was
embodied
turning
it.
it out. I
And
can't
she did the
believe-
best she could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
My
My eyes were on Scarlett. I wasn't even watching Raja anymore during the lip sync.
She looked so happy, and that was what Last Dance was supposed to be about.
And ano rin kasi, I feel like she's also kind of similar with Brooklyn na she knows she's good and she really feels her fantasy.
Yeah.
Compared to Silky na parang, okay, whatever, Silky. But Scarlett had really good fashion. She couldn't perform, but, you know,
Yeah. She kind of knew that. No?
Yeah.
and she knew it.
Yeah.
But
She
I
knew
was
it.
kind of confused by her entrance look. Yun lang. Parang-
Yeah. It was very tacky brown.
Yeah.
Diba the eyebrows, the
But
wig.
apparently may beef pala sila ni Brooke-ish.
Oh.
Kasi yun nga sa reunion, they were like, parang Brooke in a viewing party said that the whole cast hated Scarlett.
What?
And then, I mean, Brooke was apologizing and saying na I shouldn't have used the word hate. It was just like at the moment during the competition,
Dislike.
they felt that she was too cocky,
Oh,
Scarlett.
she like the Violet of season 7. Parang ganun. Na she thinks she's too good for everyone. Yung may ganun si Violet before.
Yeah,
Yes,
pero
yeah.
I don't hate her for it because she stepped her game up anyway and she was robbed. There was a tweet nga na in New York in the subway, there was someone across the platform
Yeah,
who was
yeah.
like, they screamed, "Scarlett, you were robbed," something like that, and Scarlett was really happy for it.
She was. Speaking of, who else was robbed? Do you guys think?
Nina West.
Nina West, and I mean, good for Nina West. She got approval from AOC
Yes.
and Rihanna herself.
Yeah.
I wonder what Rihanna told her though.
Yeah, so
in the
that's
DM.
what matters.
Yun, Sugarcane for me should have been like in the latter episodes also.
She was a hit and miss a lot of times. She was not consistent. I think that's what I would have sent her home for not being consistent enough.
But over Vanjie in terms of overall.
Name.
Sugarcane.
It's such a bad thing, drag name.
Sugarcane.
Ayun, so sino pa?
Pero for someone na who's only been doing drag for like a month. A year.
Yeah, I liked her gold look.
And the violet dress.
The violet
violet dress.
The one
Yeah.
Yeah.
The violet dress and the
Beautiful.
she had some good looks. She had some
I love
bad
Sugar King,
ones.
though, her confessionals because she's
Yeah.
such a baby gay. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, honey. Yeah,
honey,
so cute.
That's the tea.
Yeah, I mean, si Plastique, I love her, but I knew she wasn't gonna
No.
Yeah.
she wasn't gonna go too
All the
far
way,
into
yeah.
this competition.
Parang I wanted her to go all the way, but her episode made sense. Like her elimination made sense.
I get you. I
At
get
least
you.
it wasn't
Pero, I'd rather have her than Silky in the top four.
I will say this for Plastic. I loved her periwinkle ostrich feather dress that she wore in Meet the Queens. It was, I think, the best thing that we saw in the whole season.
And either way, Plastique is one of those queens with or without Drag Race. She's gonna be really popular.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
and she
she's
is.
popular now, but
She already is.
Okay, so before we go on a break, we have Us Drag Race Season 11 Extravaganza. And that one,
Hello.
your stop for all things pop. This is our Season 11, RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11 Extravaganza. Kailangan may pause pa. Extravaganza. So, we were just talking about RuPaul's Drag Race na memorable moments, and of course we can't not talk about the lip syncs.
Yeah.
So every season, every episode, the way RuPaul determines whether who stays or not between the bottom two is a lip sync for your life. So yun nga, each bottom queen will have to lip sync their way into the next episode if they wanna stay. And this season has some memorable lip syncs. I think the very first memorable one for me was the 6-way lip sync. Ang daming first na nangyayari this season.
Yeah.
That was pretty weird to happen.
It was so hard to focus to
On
watch
anyone.
Such a hot mess.
properly. Yeah, it was a mess. My brain cells.
Yeah.
My brain cells.
I went to Nectar during a drag queen night, and there were like 14 queens lip syncing, and it was nice because you could see the front runner. But I don't think this format works for TV.
No.
I think it's probably the edit.
Yeah.
If they just show the wide angle.
Bouncing around.
Yeah.
And I was like, who is who?
I was just like the whole time I was like, just don't eliminate Plastique or Scarlett. I'm fine with
I felt so
anyone
bad
else.
for Honey Davenport.
And the song was Waiting for Tonight by J-Lo. Yun. Anything else about this lip sync?
It was a mess.
Well, Raja should have left. That's my key takeaway doon, Raja.
So the 6 people were Akiria, Honey, Plastique, Scarlett, Sugar.
Yep.
Sugar.
Next we have...
We mentioned this a while ago, Scarlett versus Raja's Last Dance. And I still think Scarlett should have won.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Robbed.
Next we have Sorry Not Sorry.
Yeah.
So the
Probably
snatch
the most the best lip sync
ever.
This season.
Joke lang.
Probably a highlight for Drag Race history.
Yeah.
Kasi yun nga, in Snatch Game, both Evie and Brooklyn, who are the front runners of this season, both did really bad in Snatch Game. They had really good runways in that episode, but they ultimately ended up in the bottom, and they just brought it, honey.
In fair hack, sobrang kinabahan ako sa lip sync na yun.
Me
Kasi
too.
Akala ko like spoiler, but like akala ko may matatanggal na gusto ko. So
Yeah. I
So
love
yeah.
that it was the Snatch Game episode too. So
Yeah.
Silky's win was so overshadowed.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
That's
So
true.
happy.
Look on her face.
Yeah, she's like,
Nobody cared enough.
bye, Silky.
Yeah.
Silky's
You have the video there?
No, I
You
don't.
have the video there.
But
Yeah.
ayun.
Ooh, are we gonna-
Next, we have the last lip sync that
Meh.
was more memorable. Memorable is Nina West versus Silky Nutmeg Ganache.
Meh.
That was really meh. That's all I'm gonna say. Lumabas yung ad natin right away. Ayun. So, that was meh. Nina shouldn't have been eliminated.
Yes.
But, ayun. Anyway,
Speaking of lip syncs, for the finale, which diva or female artist are you looking forward to hearing? Because usually there's only one.
Mm-hmm.
There was Whitney, there was Janet.
Right. Like, parang the
For the finale,
theme.
yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Mariah.
I would die for
Ooh,
Mariah.
Mariah.
Interesting.
I'm not a big fan though.
Ooh, she's a skinny
I-
We
legend.
were all like,
This has been
not?
popcorn.
okay, this
Goodbye.
is the last
This has been
episode.
Sashay
This has
away.
been popcorn with just me because everyone else in this room has been
She's like the
eliminated.
queen of Christmas. You
well,
love her.
It's not Christmas right now.
Wow.
I enjoy Mariah's songs, but I'm not like a big fan as I am like other
They do
people.
Ariana
Okay, thank you
song.
guys for
Ooh.
watching.
Can they afford Ariana?
I hope.
Well, Ariana was
Pwede.
on the show once, so I guess
Yes.
Miley, di masyado.
Ooh, Hannah Montana.
I don't want
guys.
another Wrecking Ball lip sync.
Hannah Montana.
I did enjoy that lip sync as well.
Yes.
The first episode was the best of both worlds. I was singing along.
Yes. So, High School Musical na lang siya.
Okay, so of course we have
Yay.
a really fun segment right now called Slay or Wale.
Wale.
I mean, they have this version called Toot or Boot, but we have to make it Pinoy and we
And
have to make it
copyright.
popcorn.
And yeah, copyright issues.
So we're calling it Slay or Wale. We're gonna be reviewing some fashion looks from
Yeah.
season 11. So first is we have episode 2 looks that's called What's Your Sign. It's super interesting runway for me because zodiac signs are so popular right now. So
Yes.
that was I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
So one of the looks I liked was Scarlet Envy as Pisces.
Yeah.
That's a slay for me.
It's a slay for slay for
Slay
me
for all of
too.
us.
Slay.
Then Pisces also, si Brooklyn was also a
yes.
Pisces.
Slay.
I mean, I think
Beast.
I kind of liked
She does.
Scarlet more than Plastic with this look, with the bubbles and everything.
Yeah.
But I like
That was camp. That's camp.
that was camp. She was like Scarlet was like like a monster. Parang Shokoy na ganon, mermaid.
Brooklyn looks like a siren.
She does.
Mukhang isda si
So good.
Brooklyn's look is a slay also.
Slay.
I do like Plastic's look here. Very striking for me.
Plastic is an Aries. That's
Yeah.
my rising, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an interesting challenge.
Yes.
Plastic is a slay also.
slay.
Slay.
I also like Evie's look. Like, it
Yes.
wasn't one of her best looks.
But it's different from
it's a look.
everyone.
Evie
It is.
was a Leo.
It's a statement. Yeah.
Yes.
Where?
The parang
Leo. She's a Leo.
Leo, yung lion na medyo
Like a
Hail?
jungle
robot
goddess.
lion
Yeah.
kind of thing.
It's a
That was
slay
really
for me.
Slay.
slay. Okay,
Good episode.
of course I'm a Sagittarius, so I can't not include Mercedes. Wale.
It's a Wale, man.
Like out of everyone who could have done Sagittarius, why did it have to be
Yeah.
this? I didn't feel represented.
Mercedes she was just not
What
as
are your signs?
polished.
Did you feel represented in this?
Well, wala kasing Taurus queens.
Yeah, there was no Taurus.
Wala.
I'm a
Sad.
Libra, so
Libra was Vanjie
Yeah.
in this episode. We don't have
It's a
the
good
That was
episode.
the look also. That's nice looking, parang red.
Vanjie was a
Yeah.
slay.
The scales.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the next episode?
The next
again?
episode is from episode 3. We have the fringe look.
Oh, yes.
Evie, yes.
Okay.
yes.
So Evie
Slay.
oddly was jellyfish, slay.
Slay.
That
Next.
was a look with an LEWK. What a look. And I think she
Grabe, yeah.
had this in another color also somewhere. Green ba yun? Jeremiah.
What?
Sure.
Did you see that green version of this dress? Yeah, she also has another version of it.
Just amazing
I
look
think-
all around.
True. I also think Nina West's look was
Yes.
so underrated. It's so
She was
fun.
a
Yes, I
mop.
agree.
That's a slay for me
so
as well.
fun.
Aquarius was Aquaria. Aquarius was an Aquaria look. Like it's
Yeah,
very
on brand.
pageant.
Yeah.
But it's
Tama,
a
like,
slay
yung
for
mga
me
ano,
But
also.
it's a
Yung mga
gorgeous, it's a
costume,
gorgeous look.
national
It
costume.
reminds me of ano.
Yeah,
It reminds me of Aisha O'Hara's finale look with the same headrest
Right.
Yeah.
in a
Yes.
different color.
I'm gonna walay Vanjie. I'm so sorry.
it's a-
Miss Vanjie
what's
is
that?
wale. Hindi ko rin maintindihan kung anong
Yeah,
fringy about that.
lazy.
But I feel like if this were a look na hindi pang competition, I would like this
Yeah,
look.
it's cute.
Exactly.
As a fashion look in itself.
But if you're beside all these people,
Yeah,
kasi,
like you're
Ayun,
getting overshadowed.
Ayun,
I
oh.
think.
Right.
yan, okay.
He takes up the entire
Walay
frame.
Vanjie. Walay.
Miss Vanjie is a wale. Okay,
Episode
next we
three.
have
Vanjie.
episode 4, Orange Alert.
3.
Yeah.
We have 3 looks from this episode. Yeah.
4. Tama.
So we have first sugarcane as Trump.
That's
That's
cute.
not a
That's late for me.
Yes, very like I was waiting for that look actually. So
Because they gave it away. This was the this is the Rusical,
yeah,
right?
the musical.
Yeah.
So literally Orange Alert. It's like hello.
How
it's
could you
in
not?
your face. So she's the only one. who
And she
picked
had
it up.
Cheetos fingers
Yeah.
and
I
a
love
Cheetos
it.
like makeup
Yeah.
look. That's a really camp look also.
This theme though kind of disappointed me how everyone interpreted it. They all just went a regular. They just wore an
Just too
orange
literal.
out. Yeah.
Somebody should have worn an orange.
No one. It was
Well,
it's only Evie. It's only Evie and Sugar who.
Kinda went-
made it creative.
Yeah.
Everyone else was. I don't like Brooke's look that much
I love
either.
I think it's a very
Matrix look for
powerful.
me.
It's a striking.
She looks
look.
great.
Polished editorial look.
Yes,
Yeah, but-
editorial.
It's
But
not
she
a
looks
slay
great
or
in
a wale for me.
like a middle ground.
Yeah, it's middle
It's an
ground.
or.
Yeah, so okay naman si Brooklyn with this Matrix
I
futuristic.
wish Evie's skirt was bigger. Like
Oh, wait.
Like a circus.
I think that's what she was going for, but I only figured that out after.
Parang
Pero
si
cute din to eh.
Evie Oddly kasi very conceptual.
Yeah.
Na it's kind of a circus look and an orange look at
I
the
love
same
it.
time.
See, that's what I liked about Evie. It's like, what is she going to show this?
Yeah, you're always
always
excited.
There's like another layer of interpretation pa eh. So,
Love.
ganda. I really
Slay,
like
slay,
this look.
Yes.
Slay.
So, it's a slay.
Episode 5.
Episode 5, we have the Monster Ball.
Ooh, there were 33 looks in this episode.
Yes. For the first time also.
Napagod ako din.
Umay ako.
Jesus
Ako
Christ.
din.
Sa episode na
Kasi
yan.
parang usually they'd have them a ball
Yeah.
with the top 5 or a top
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
And this time they had like 11
33
queens pa.
looks. Crazy.
So the first theme was Trampy Trick or Treat. So we have Evie Oddly
Yeah.
as the
Oh,
dinosaur, Slay.
Slay.
Slay. I like na it was a kid's costume.
Yes.
Tapos, ang
It's so
galing.
genius.
Yeah, and
The shoes.
The shoes
and-
got me. The
Yeah.
shoes got me. My fave detail were the
and
shoes.
just parang yung pag-act niya during the runway, like, full character talaga
Yes.
yung dinosaur.
Humor. She was
yes,
funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Camp.
Next,
Is that Ariel?
Sugarcane
Oh,
as a
what the
troll.
Wale.
Wale.
Bye.
She was trying to impersonate like
The little trolls.
the trolls
Yeah.
dolls,
Yeah,
but she
yeah.
ended up looking like
That's how
Ariel
they say.
Versace.
Yeah, exactly. That's your name. Is that Ariel?
Okay, next we have Nina West as a Little Shop of Horrors
I
like
love it.
outfit.
I love
It's a
it.
slay.
Very Nina.
It's a
Very
slay.
Nina.
Very campy again.
Yun din.
Camp? Is
Yeah,
it
well,
camp
that
or
is
campy?
Either way.
Either way,
It's
yeah.
very her.
Okay, next we have the next runway look for that episode was Witch Please. So Plastique came as Maleficent, kind of. That was a
Love.
slay as well.
Pero
Slay.
it's too literal for me. Pero it's a slay. It's a good look. Pero parang-
Very well executed.
But wouldn't you say Evie's is also a literal take on that? Because Evie just came as a witch as well.
They also had a comment on that. So
Yeah. I mean, Evie's look also is a slay for me.
I love Nina's pilgrim look.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry, witch.
galing.
That's a good interpretation of the witch.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Which I
It's a
thought
different approach.
I thought would come from Evie. So
Yeah.
That's super. Parang,
Yeah,
wow, you know your history
Yeah.
and you bring it in camp.
yeah, like that. Actually, really like that.
Slay.
Yeah.
Slay.
Okay, last runway for that episode was the MILF Eleganza. Monster, I'd like to F Eleganza. So Silky Nutmeg Ganache is a wale. I don't know what was happening
It
here.
could have been a slay.
It's okay.
It's an okay.
For me,
Mixed
I'm not
reviews.
Team Silky.
Mixed reviews.
Mixed reviews for this one.
Who's the other person?
She got judged a lot on the
Yeah.
judging panel for
Yeah.
this.
She did.
And she didn't. Parang she was really feeling it, and I wasn't
Yeah.
feeling it.
Sino isa?
And last is Scarlet.
Oh.
I was gonna say Scarlet Witch. Go Marvel. Scarlet Envy with this American Horror Story-esque look. Monster of the Lake ang peg niya.
Sorry.
So
Salty drip.
I love this look as well. It's a slay.
It's a slay.
Slay.
Slay me.
Alright.
Okay, next we have episode 6, All That Glitters.
Ooh.
One
We
day to
have
Vanjie, I'm sorry.
Vanjie.
Yeah.
Like if you put it like this, as in clear wale.
Wale. Wale
Oh,
talaga.
frick.
Parang, why would you think that's a good idea to go as a Playboy bunny?
Which and the theme previously was Halloween.
Yeah.
Grabe yung sa kay Plastic and kay Akira. It's just like different level of
Plastic was
execution
just
for-
bringing it
Yeah,
so much.
For me,
Akira
ganda.
won this.
Akira.
Akira won
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, and rightfully
She looks like
so.
RuPaul.
Yeah, I loved
Exactly.
She looks like RuPaul.
Exactly.
And this is like pure pageant realness.
Yeah. Bagay na bagay
My
sa
favorite
kanya.
outfit of hers, I think. This whole season, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
This one.
Really
The
good
only
look.
challenge she won.
Okay. So it's a slay for everyone.
Minus
Plastic and Akira,
Vanjie.
but Vanjie is a wale for everyone.
Alright.
Okay. Next we have episode
Farm to
7.
Runway.
Farm to Runway.
Yes.
That was the Brooklyn dress I was talking about, very comfy, but she dinala niya sa runway.
True.
Yes.
Okay, so
very-
Brooklyn Heights here has a blue denim
It was
dress with
backless.
oranges.
It was
Yes.
backless.
She looks like she's going to a PTA meeting.
But she was like
Mukha siyang magbibig.
a very powerful mom.
Yes, exactly.
Like girl boss.
Yeah.
ganun. So it's a slay.
Slay.
It's a slay.
We
She
also
looks
have
great.
Nina West
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
dress.
They clocked the bottom half.
yeah.
I agree with that clocking.
I do the clock, but like it's cute.
Yeah,
It's a
I
really
like
good
the
concept.
It's a
Yeah.
pass, no? It's a free pass.
It's, I would pass it.
It's a slay for me. In a sense that if she just adjusted it a bit,
True.
it would have been really.
Yeah, like with with tweaking, it would be
Yeah.
a nice look.
It's a pass for me.
Ooh.
Like
yeah. I get you.
the purple lipstick and hair, so I don't understand it. But
Very Beetlejuice.
Maybe that's what she was
Layla.
going for. Plastiques.
Plastique Tiara. She won this challenge, rightfully so. She finally won a challenge
Yes.
after forever. She looks amazing.
She owned this run.
She looks like a sprite from like
Yes.
Harvest Moon. And ang ganda ng look.
Evie looks like a Final Fantasy boss.
Yeah,
And
but
Evie-
also
I
a good look
don't like
for me.
this. Oh, okay.
Okay, well,
For me, Evie.
It's a pass. It's a pass for
oh
me.
no, that was the slay. That was the first time she showed na she
Glamour, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
Okay,
slay.
okay.
That's why
It's a
I'm.
pass.
That's a
yeah,
slay
that's
for
my
me.
slay moment.
So we're only disagreeing with Evie Oddly's
And
outfit
I think with
Nina West.
Nina West.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Then.
Next episode we have episode 9, Face Kini.
Oh.
Okay, so first we go with Plastic
Not
Tiara.
the face skinny pass.
Yeah, sayang.
For me, it's an okay. It's not slay or wale, but you know she could have improved on the face mismo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the following the prompt aspect was wale. But
Yeah, I
as
understand
a look,
why she was
yeah, the brief
eliminated
was not
because of
followed.
this.
The brief was not. It's not answered.
That's true. Okay, next we have Vanjie. It's a wale also. It wasn't executed well for me.
It was very
Yeah.
Spanish.
Wasn't executed.
Vanjie was in a red like
Pants are-
overall. What do you call this? Is it an overall? No. Catsuit.
Catsuit.
Yun pala.
The pants are
Sorry, I'm not a fashion
loose.
person.
Yes.
Parang like something in by
Medyo may pagka-scorpion look, but it didn't translate well.
Yeah,
The
the hair is
hair's
nice.
cute.
The fitting wasn't good.
No.
Yeah.
So it's a wale for me.
Fashion's not Vanjie's strong point talaga. I'm not surprised with this.
Personality and oomph when it comes
So is it
Yeah.
wale for all of us?
Yeah, sorry Vanjie.
Sadly.
Next, we have Brooklyn Heights in this horse-like
Yeah.
look.
I
That
love
was shocking and very
Slay.
beautiful.
Love,
yes,
love,
It's
slay.
very edgy for Brooklyn.
Yes.
I mean, I guess
Agree.
Brooklyn has an edge.
But this is different from what she
Usually does.
shows.
I like the one in episode 1 pa lang, yung detox look ni Brooklyn.
She does look like Dita.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, this is also leveling it up even more.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
level
slay.
up.
Yeah.
Slay.
Next we have Akira. In this parang what do you call this? Nude.
Mannequin.
Parang plastic surgery.
The plastic surgery.
illusion.
And
Slay.
yeah, because diba the comment here is that so many people have tried to
done
do
it
this.
already, yeah.
But
She did it well.
she did it well.
Yeah, that's a slay for me. It's one of
Yeah,
my favorite
slay.
looks from
Her.
Akira.
This kind of reminds me of like, kasi she looks like a mannequin eh. So this kind of reminds me of like Valentina's mannequin look. All Stars 4.
Yeah, I remember that as
Which
well.
also looked really good.
Yeah.
Reminds me also of Aquaria's old lady look in season 10.
Mhm.
The one with the long hair and the plastic
Ah.
surgery with the long ass earlobe.
And even with Violet Chachki, remember that super cinched look na may ano siya?
I have
Na may
That becomes
tank
her.
siya, oxygen tank.
Grabe yan.
The cinch was real.
Yeah.
And then we have.
And then last we have our favorite of them all.
It's okay.
Silky nutmeg ganache
Pass.
with this mosquito look.
Isn't it a roach?
Your road show.
It's supposed to be a roach, but people thought it was a mosquito.
Yeah. Yun din.
That sucked too much blood.
For me, it's a wale.
Like, I just want to mention Nina West's outfit again, which is not on screen, but it was a very striking look for me.
What did she do? Oh, I
The
forgot about that.
polka
The polka
dot.
dots. That was a slay.
Yeah.
The Lee Bowery.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nina, I left you out of the graphic.
It's okay. We still love you.
We stand.
Robbed.
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 Nina Robbed.
Nina
Okay. And then last we have the look from episode 11, which is drag family values. So for the parang I don't know if they ran out of ideas on who to
This
make over,
was a choice.
but
No, honestly, this is one of the weakest ball challenges. I makeover challenge.
makeover challenges.
It was a choice.
You
Indeed.
already know what they look like in drag.
Well, I guess which makes it harder nga kasi parang how do you transform them into a drag family member if it's a queen that you know so well from this season?
Parang kasi like the whole charm of this challenge was seeing total nobodies.
That's true.
The magic,
Right.
the transformation aspect of drag.
Yeah.
So
Them struggle with the heels.
uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, someone
Soju
did struggle.
did struggle.
Yeah. There was a struggle at some point. so
Yun, it was revealed in this
I
episode
hated talaga that.
that Soju couldn't walk in like high heels.
yeah, I was shocked. I didn't know that.
Makeup was terrible.
That outfit talaga, that's so
Yeah.
bad.
So it's a Wale, Soju, and
Yes.
Silky Nutmeg Ganache as Cher and Sunny and Cher in a bad way. I mean, Naomi Smalls did Sunny and Cher last season,
That was
and
great.
that was just really, really good. Next, we have Miss Vanjie and Ariel Versace.
Slay.
Clear win.
Slay.
Slay.
They should have won this challenge.
Yes, I thought they would win.
Okay.
Like it wasn't like Brooklyn and Plastic, who you saw the resemblance obviously, but then
Yeah.
they just wore the same dress in different colors, same wig in different colors. This had an interpretation, but it was cohesive. They looked like sisters.
Ganda talaga.
From this angle, I'm like, which one is Vanjie
Right?
again?
Right?
So they did it. They did it.
Galing. This
Yeah.
is Vanjie's fashion moment
Yes.
of the season. Yeah,
Go
Brooklyn
on.
and Plastique, it's a slay for me. But
Yeah.
as Jeremiah was saying, it's just,
It's okay.
I mean, parang it's just what you expect.
Slay.
Like, I don't know, individually they look good, pero you don't see the family.
Yes.
I love that bit when they were walking.
Yeah.
Yung
At
may
least you saw it
storyline.
there. You
Yeah.
saw it there.
See, Plastic was trying to walk in front of.
Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, as looks,
As far as it goes.
yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so last look of this Slay or Wale segment, and for the season, is Nina West and Sugarcane. Nina got eliminated for this. Nina really had an advocacy she wanted to promote, which was LGBT and trans rights, and that for me is a slay in itself.
Yes, agree.
Cute idea, wrong time to bring it out.
Exactly.
I feel like
It's a wale for me, I'm sorry.
the interpretation or the execution lang was
It was didn't look alike either.
Yeah.
I forgot which judge said it, but then sobrang spot on. They belong on Pride floats.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. Parang very show, parang pang show siya.
It wasn't for this.
Costume.
Yeah.
There's no resemblance nga talaga.
But I like that
Again,
she used her platform. To do
Sugarcane
this.
looked like Ariel Versace for the second time.
Maybe they should have been paired up in some universe.
I mean, kasi si Nina isn't so good din kasi with makeup, I guess. So it didn't really translate well into Sugarcane. So that is season 11, Slay or Wale. Hopefully we'll be back with another Slay. With another Drag Race season 12 or All Stars episode sometime soon.
All Stars would be interesting.
It's our last bit about RuPaul's Drag Race. Predictions. What are your final thoughts on RuPaul's Drag Race season 11?
I feel like we need to take a break from Drag Race.
That's true. I agree with that.
Amen.
Kasi like
Stop.
we can't even recover from All Stars 4 yet. Tapos we're approaching the finale of season 11.
Can they do the next season in like December?
I feel like it should be in December na. It's too
let
much.
the winners have their
Or-
reign.
We've had so much
Okay nga,
saturation for content from RuPaul.
I could wait a year. I could wait
Yeah.
I don't mind.
freaking year.
Yeah.
Or a year or two, honestly.
Longer.
People will watch when it comes out. Just
Imagine when the teaser comes out, we'll all be like,
Oh my
Finally,
God, it's Drag Race again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pero hopefully they change some of the formats. Honestly, like
I agree.
Yeah,
with you.
it's
Snatch
getting
Game is
very-
getting too.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
Wale,
they're changing up Snatch Game a bit with some mini concepts attached to it, like Snatch Game of Love. That was interesting for me.
I didn't get the Snatch Game at sea.
It was
Wala
just,
lang.
It's just, it's a sponsor.
the cruise.
Yeah.
Pero yeah, they need to change that format. Kasi nga, I also read this
Agree.
article na Snatch Game is getting old na.
Yeah, and really it's time to change it up now.
I think the whole format of RuPaul's Drag Race should
there
be
has
tweaked.
to be some changes.
I mean, we've seen it all. We're just doing the same things again and again.
with different people.
Yeah, so I think it's about time to change
Especially
the game.
for All Stars. I am not a fan of the queens eliminating queens.
Yeah.
I am. I like that format. It's the whole.
It makes it different, at least.
I mean, it's strategic, pero sorry, Jeremiah.
Yeah, so ano pa? I guess the future of Drag Race All Stars 5, as you said, is already filming. Season 12, sana nga medyo ibahin nila. There's also Drag Race UK, which will have RuPaul and Michelle.
To bag it chips.
So that's interesting as well because it's gonna be a different crop of
Have you
queens.
guys watched Drag Race Thailand?
Not yet.
Clips.
I wanna
Just
see
clips
it,
of
actually.
which is very intense, huh? Like,
I mean, I guess there should be a platform for Filipino drag queens somewhere.
which is being like super requested, but we don't know what's
Who
gonna
do you
happen yet.
think would host?
Boy Abunda.
I feel like it should
Kasi Ru.
Vice Ganda's Drag Race. I think it's either Vice Ganda or Paolo Ballesteros.
I think
Pwede si
Paolo.
I would love Paolo. I respect
Grabe,
Paolo.
yeah.
Pero hindi siya drag queen eh.
Yeah.
Actor lang siya.
I feel like a lot of the Obar Nectar drag queens would get mad.
Yeah, pero
Restriction.
in terms of as in turning out looks, Paolo is really good.
Kasi ako rin, I consider Vice Ganda to be a drag queen in a sense.
Vice trans.
No.
She isn't.
She isn't. But he turns... Parang
Effeminate lang siya.
the Vice Ganda outfits sometimes are very draggy in a sense na parang...
Yeah.
She wears a wig. Her blonde hair is just a wig all the time.
Pero that begs the question kasi na, does Vice Ganda know... Is Vice Ganda knowledgeable about drag?
Yeah.
And does Vice
Enough
Ganda
to,
represent
yeah.
the LGBT community well?
I wouldn't want.
So I guess it's a whole episode in its own.
Pride episode, abangan.
Wait, I
We
remember yun.
discussed this in Gender in the Media, yung class namin dati na parang iba yung Western of being gay
Yeah.
as compared to the bakla, which is a whole different thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so ayun, what's your drag name? I don't have a
Yeah, I
drag
don't
name.
have one.
But Jeremiah and AJ have AG have.
I don't remember the name because I was just like making it kagabi, but I know that it's inappropriate.
Not for
Hindi
air.
pwede, you can say it on air.
I'll say mine. That's enough. Okay, so I'm a comm major. I love.
We are all comm majors in
Yes.
this episode.
I think we're all coming.
Anyway, my drag name is Tequila Mockingbird.
Cute. I love that.
I can
That's
say it off air.
nice.
I don't remember it, but I can say it off air.
Baka ako parang Nora Honor, pero Nor. As in, Nor seasoning. Nora Honor seasoning. Something like that.
Yeah.
I love Nor seasoning so much.
You do.
Yeah.
He brought his own Nor seasoning to Manam.
Oh my
I have a small Nor seasoning that I put in my work desk kasi sometimes I have baon that
OMG.
requires, quote unquote, requires Nor
That's
seasoning on my
good.
rice. Or
Yeah.
kasi sometimes wala
Sarap
pa.
though, yeah.
Sometimes nakakalimutan ibaon sa'yo yung mga
yung seasoning. Yung
seasoning, mga sauces,
We
suka,
never got
ganun.
to discuss who do you guys think will win this season.
Exactly. I
Oh.
was gonna go to that.
I preempted.
But I think we're saying it. I was saying it off air kanina na it's going to be really close. It's arguably probably the closest finale.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be mad if either one of them won. Pero ako, I'm leaning towards Evie.
Oh.
I think lumabas na totoong sagot ni AG.
Evie.
Yeah.
I think at the
for
end of it will
win.
be Evie versus
Evie.
Brooke.
Yun, kasi I always stress this when someone asks me, but it's the future of Drag Race. And once again, no one is doing it like Evie is doing it.
She deserved. But if Brooke won, I wouldn't be as mad.
I would accept it because she is also
She
good.
deserves
She
it.
deserved it.
Yun, it's just that,
Yeah. The other two, no. I
Yeah.
cannot accept if they
Me neither.
got crap.
For the first lip sync, if Evie and Brooklyn go against each other.
No.
I think I already know who's
No.
going against each other based on
No.
spoilers, but I won't say it on air.
Ako din, I read some spoilers.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, Evie is my winner
Yeah.
because she deserves to represent.
Evie,
a
if you're
new
watching,
form
we're
of
rooting
drag.
for you.
Yes,
Hi,
Evie,
please follow
Evie,
us.
please.
No, Evie.
Please
Please, I love you so much.
What if I guessed the next drag queens to go here?
Oh my God.
That would be so great. Can I try and let's try and set it
Yeah.
back up.
Try lang natin, malay mo, di ba?
Try natin Trinity and Monet.
Oh!
That's gonna be crazy.
Cute.
We can't shade Monet na because she's gonna be here.
Hey, but I love Monet.
We do, but Trinity
I
deserves
actually
it more.
do. You just don't deserve a pity win, is what
Yeah, bro.
you deserve to win on your own right.
Yeah, dude.
Pero honestly, Monet and Monique have the biggest growth from
The
Yes,
season.
yes.
I agree. Monique, the brown cow realness.
Brown cow stunning, guys.
Pero you know what? I'm waiting for
She
Drag
milked
Race.
that too much though.
With a cap, guys.
Literally.
You know what? I'm
Okay.
waiting for Drag Race, an all-winner season.
Yeah, you know,
I think
was saying that.
that's where they're headed. What?
That's what I'm waiting for in PBB din eh.
Yeah. Si Kim Chu, guys.
Kim Chu
Bakit wala pang
versus
PBB Bakit wala pang PBB All Stars? 'Di ba? Ayun yun
I'd
eh.
love an all-winner season.
I always say
Can
that
you
then.
imagine?
Pero that's
Yeah.
I
That's
think
a
it should be a
lofty-
different format from like lip sync.
Yeah.
Ano, parang Survivor.
Lip sync for your legacy.
PBB na mga drag queens.
Oo.
1 point po for Bianca.
Masyado niya akong ino-okray.
Votes.
Okay, so
Yay.
na yung boses
or
ko.
or if not like an all-winner season, maybe like a live finale.
Ooh, yeah.
Diba?
Live stream. Parang American Idol back in the day. Live yung
Ganon. Imagine if they did the finale live, no? Grabe.
Yeah.
So yun, I guess that
ticket.
ends our RuPaul's Drag Race Season
Thank
11
you.
Extravaganza.
Thank you, Cholo.
So we'll go on a break, and we'll be back with more popcorn.
Yay.
yeah, and we have our picks of the week. So every week, our special guests, special co-hosts, we talk about our picks of the week, what we've seen, and what we want to recommend to everyone listening right now. So Jeremiah.
What am I obsessed with? Oh my God. HBO just released the Big Little Lies trailer. I think the season's gonna be dropping in June. Meryl Streep is going.
I'm so excited for that.
Yes.
And I think Big Little Lies will be filling the void
Of
that Game of Thrones is leaving. So, I love Big Little Lies.
Yeah.
Yes, power to Big Little Lies and all the women in that show.
I mean, what a
Yaas.
cast. You have Reese Witherspoon, Laura Dern, Nicole Kidman in the performance of a lifetime. Zoe,
Love it.
Well, parang ops lang si Zoe Kravitz. And Shailene, but then still.
Shade pala.
Yeah. Big Little Lies.
Well,
Check out season 1. It's a really easy
Yes.
binge.
Yeah.
It's super good. I love
Agree.
Big Little Lies.
Plus Alex
The Monterey 5.
was really scary actually.
And he's back for this season, even though I think so.
Like Flash.
Yeah, we can't spoil it for everyone else, but you should watch that. Super good show. I haven't read the book yet, but I hope I have the time to do that.
It's a really good.
It's just in my room. Okay, Nikki.
Okay, well, Dedicated, the album by Miss Carly Rae Jepsen, our mother. Especially the song Too Much. Love it. I'm a too much
Yes.
enthusiast.
Same.
Yes. And if I may,
We love it too much.
Home by BTS. Okay.
Yes, BTS. We
Yes.
love BTS. We
If
stand
you're watching,
K-pop.
please, I love you. Yes.
well, The Sims 4 is free for anyone.
Yeah.
It already ended last 28th. The free,
No, it's running for a
25.
month.
It's not 25.
It's 20.
It's May 30
yeah,
na.
It's May 30.
It ended
Sorry.
on May 28th.
Oh, I
so
thought it ended May 25.
no, it ended on May
Oh.
28th.
I didn't know na may limit
25.
even.
Yeah, the promo kasi it's from Origin, the
Yeah.
game company that EA is running. So as a
I think
promotion.
the new Sims, I think the Sims 5 is coming out kasi soon. EA has released every 4 years, I think. So, and they've been following
and
that.
AG is like a big Sims fan.
Yes.
Yes.
AG, the
2019.
biggest Sims fan.
Actually, I stayed up till like 3 in the morning playing kagabi. 4 in the morning.
OMG. Love.
So yun, The Sims 4. Dedicated ako rin.
Well, Post Season 2 is airing in June. If you guys watch
I haven't seen the season 1 yet.
Pose,
You
yeah.
have to watch Post, guys.
It's on Netflix.
It's a really good show.
What
on
else?
Netflix.
For me, my pick of the week, honestly, I haven't seen much lately aside from
Same.
Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
Avengers,
Yeah, everything,
Detective Pikachu. I
everything.
love Detective Pikachu.
It was cute.
We talked about it last week. What else? I liked Quaresma. For me, it's kind of like an okay ground, but I really love the cinematography and the acting. That was so good.
Yeah.
If it's still in cinemas as we speak, you should go watch it. Support Filipino film. As Nikki said, I've been talking about Dedicated since the last episode, but it's just so good. I've been listening
Yes.
to it again and again. Go check it out. My favorite tracks are Feels Right, In My Room. Tama ba? Everything in
Want You in My Room.
Want You in My Room, and then Everything He Wants.
Yeah.
And then Too Much,
Glow
of
Up.
course.
I
Like,
saw
glow up too
someone
much.
describe the new Corley album on Twitter and sobrang accurate. She's happily horny.
And
Yun.
And I think right now Dedicated has the highest Metacritic score.
User score.
yeah.
Oh, and Rotten Tomatoes, last bit of news, I guess, is that Rotten Tomatoes has now Rotten Tomatoes now has a verified fan review.
Oh.
So people can't
Like
bash
trash, yeah.
any movie if they don't have a ticket to show to Rotten Tomatoes.
That is.
Oh, that's a good-
That's a super yes.
Yeah. Yes. That's a slay.
Good.
That's just
It's a,
And lastly,
Yes,
Luisa,
yes.
do you have any recommendations for the week?
no, I actually, I was a huge Sonic fan as a child. So the fact that a lot of people are angry over the movie and they're forcing the animators to fix everything,
Redo,
that
yeah.
it's stressing me out. I really hope they pull through. Because I also love James Marsden, who is in the film.
Yes.
I love James
Is
Marsden.
James Marsden playing Sonic?
No, he's the...
Thank God, no, he's the human there.
James Marsden and animated character.
Yes. So
And-
let's see how that goes. Yay.
So those are our picks of the week. You should go check those out. Big Little Lies is coming out in a week, and so is Black Mirror season 5, as we mentioned.
Yes!
Drag Race finale.
Drag Race finale is airing in the Philippines tomorrow, so go
Yeah.
check that out.
Get that.
Well, we've been talking about it the whole
Yes.
episode.
So excited.
So last plug lang siguro. Do you have any bate, any plugs?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
Hi to everyone watching. Thanks
yeah.
for continuing to watch and listen to this.
Yeah.
We are on
Thank you so
Spotify
much.
and we are also on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Go to my account and subscribe, Cholo Sediaren. Yun, you can check all the popcorn materials from there. And that's pretty much it for our show this week. We hope you enjoyed Drag Race or understood what we were talking about. If not, you should go and check Drag Race out.
Yes,
this is an
please.
Ateneo thing, but go check it out. Thank you guys for joining me. I really enjoyed
Thank
it.
you, Cholo. So
It
much
was very
fun.
Yeah.
Didn't they have like a finale viewing for season 10 ba? In the live last year?
They did.
Yeah, they did.
Yes. Yes.
In where?
The
Sa live. Sa new live.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, so hello Rizal Library.
Shout out.
So yun, thank you guys so much again. See you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
I'm not sure what our topic for the week will be, but you'll be seeing it on the Radyo Katipunan Facebook, and you should follow my Instagram account for Popcorn. That's at Popcorn Podcast. So all the news will be coming from there. So thank you guys and see you all next week. Bye.
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 Yay. Smile.
Uppalens.
Why did you move it? Mamaya.